You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our featured presentation.
The following broadcast is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Marked Out Wrestling Podcast is not affiliated, nor do our opinions reflect those of WWE, NXT, TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, or any other professional wrestling promotion.
Gather one, gather all, smart marks of the world unite. This is Smarkdown.
And now for the most opinionated man in the world. A guy who got no match predictions right at WrestleMania. Known to be a chauvinist a majority of the time. He believes in karma, yet violates it every day. You either agree with him or you're wrong, basically.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Here is the Jew who leads the crew, Adam Bomb.
Oh, that's right. I am the Jew that leads the crew. I am Adam Bomb. Welcome to Smarkdown. I got everybody with me on the A show tonight. Right across from me, Stone Age Steve Awesome. Welcome, sir.
What's going on, guys?
Kiera.
What up,
eating
what
on
up?
some chips over there.
Yeah.
Trying to munch away. Medine, what do you got over there? You going to say hello? Oh. Wow. Put his mic on.
I'll work. It's not. I'll work on it in a minute. Hold
Okay, hold on. Your mic's off. Brian, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
We got Bob via the U-Record fan line. What's up, Bob?
I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you're the only name mentioned on the opening music that is still goddamn playing.
You're right. And Rob, in our board operator position. What do you got, Rob?
It has been for. Well, no, we're going to hear from that bastard tonight. All right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We can stop the calendar.
Who's got the board?
Okay, hold on, Bob. I'm sorry. Nobody can hear it but you. All right, here we go. On the board, we got Juan, we got Noah, we got Brian Yorkie, we got Berto, and we got Juan, we got Upload Test, and I see Trauma Caspian on there saying R.I.P. to Mike Miz, just murdered. What the fuck is...
Nah, I wouldn't go that far.
No.
That's too serious.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Berto says, fuck boob. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. Thanks. Good segue there. So we got our normal shit. We're going to get it started with the Mud Report. Mud Report, what do you got, Brian? Oh, wait, Stevie's going first?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
And
here we go.
We had a lot of stuff, so we got to get this
So
going.
we're gonna start
you had anything first?
with the ratings, I guess is what we were going to talk about.
Sure.
The ratings last week, SmackDown beat Raw. It's the first time since the New Era brand split. They got a 2.02 to Raw's 1.94. And Stevie, you got to think, though, it's partially because SmackDown put together like a mini pay-per-view.
Oh, that's part of it, of course. And it just the compact timing, not competing against Monday Night Football, that helps a lot, too.
I guess it was the season finale of Monday Night Football. I didn't consider that.
I wonder how the ratings are going to shift now that that's the case, when Monday nights are open for Raw. I mean, instead of, Monday Night Football, there's going to be more activity.
It's true. So maybe Raw will pick back up. They were at a 2.02 the week before, where SmackDown was only at a 1.88. So it bears mentioning. Whoa, something just happened.
Disconnection.
That's
better.
the Zim.
The Zim is invading once again. So we're trying to get Medine's mic. I'm going to go on to this week in wrestling history.
Let's do that.
While we figure out the Mud Report. So this week in wrestling history, we got just a couple things here. 7 years ago today, both Jeff Hardy and Bubba the Love Sponge announced that they would be heading to TNA.
Bubba.
They would be two of about a dozen debuts on the first Impact of the Hulk Hogan era. Hardy's deal wasn't done until the day of Impact shooting, and then one day after joining the company, he was caught and indicted on drug trafficking, prescription drugs, and possession of anabolic steroids. Hardy pled guilty, served 10 days, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
What's even more noted is Bubba the Love Sponge. I know Bob knows who he is. He didn't last nearly as long. Just weeks after joining the company, he put out a tweet that said, "Fuck Haiti," in response to the relief efforts following a devastating earthquake that resulted in 100,000 deaths.
That's a big foot in the mouth moment.
Wow. And then not even to top that off, 3 days later, He got into a physical confrontation with Kaya Stevens, a.k.a. Awesome Kong, about the tweet.
Is that why you looked at me?
Yeah, because you're black. And just over
No,
a month
the
later,
first two letters of my name.
and so just over a month later, Kaya Stevens Kong filed lawsuit against Bubba the Love Sponge, basically going after him for harassment and stuff, and he was fired just instantly after that. Do you remember that, Bob?
Dude, she beat his ass backstage. Then he went on his show and just trounced her for weeks. And then she filed a lawsuit, and it was like the easiest open and shut lawsuit. And TNA was like, yeah, we're going to put as much distance between y'all as possible. He ended up settling out of court and then tried to make money back by releasing a sex tape you guys may have heard of.
Yeah, yes. Hulk Hogan.
Stevie knows about that.
Yeah.
Stevie from the porn industry in Germany. The other thing,
Thanks,
part of that, why Bubba the Love Sponge was so kind of dumb about the whole thing is that he was filming this stuff and he was basically doing these ambush interviews with her. I mean, the guy was off the rails. The other thing I got here, this day in wrestling history, a happy 61st birthday. He now gets to qualify for Social Security, disability, and stuff to good old JR, Jim Ross. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Oh,
JR.
happy birthday, JR.
How old?
Boomer sooner.
65.
65.
65.
Yeah.
So
That was no good.
Yeah. So Medine, nope. Scratch that. Medine, why don't you? We're going to go back for a second. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Mud Report. Medine, fill us in on this stuff that we missed.
I offered Brian to read this, but apparently it's not your segment. No, it's cool. It's cool. No,
Just
it's
read
good.
it.
Yeah, no. Earlier today, according to SI.com, in an Allentown, Pennsylvania courtroom, murder charges were dropped against Jimmy Superfly Snuka. The judge in the case ruled after a reevaluation of Snuka's mental health that he was unfit to stand trial. His wife told the judge that they have to keep her from leaving the house at times because he believes he's going to miss a match if he doesn't go. Apparently, he's about to be admitted to hospice and only has 6 months to live. Last summer, prosecutors tried to say that he was feigning those symptoms. So we'll see what happens with Superfly.
Wow, that's
this
sad.
year in
Wouldn't the doctor
73
be able to confirm?
It is.
Damn.
Yeah, it is very sad because I have a history of that with my family. But if he is
Same here.
faking it, that's even worse.
That
Can you guys
yeah,
hear me?
no doubt.
No.
Yeah.
No, can't hear you that way.
I really hope.
But
that's
yeah,
sticking
that's kind of
low.
odd story because his girl was found dead in the room in '83, and now nobody gets charged for it. That's what Brian and I were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and
where he
was
saying,
it a
like,
newspaper investigated?
yeah, about
was the one who brought it back
3
up?
years ago. A newspaper brought it up. The Morning Star. I'm not sure if that's correct, but
The Morning Star.
it might have been one of those tabloids. Who
Gotcha.
knows? But somebody
But the
drew
weird
enough
part
attention
is now
to get it
Tamina might actually
considered.
get to come back.
Considered.
Yeah, because of the legacy not being as tarnished.
Yeah.
So
Other than that, we also have possibly with WrestleMania coming up. I feel like I'm at a press conference now.
you got the exclusive on the Mud Report here.
I'm like, does this one actually work?
Here, let me hold my phone
You
like
gotta,
a recorder.
you got to
try it
talk
again.
into it.
I gotta talk into it. Does this
Yeah,
work?
That works.
Hold it up
There we
the
go.
way you normally do it.
Steve, yeah, hold your
Yeah,
phone out.
talk
Steve.
straight into that one.
Talk straight into this one.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Maybe
Gonna
turn
edit
them
all
up a
this
little
shit
bit.
out later.
Yeah, we need to.
Anyway. But
What
yeah,
else you got?
Talking about Hall of Fame consideration, last year I dropped a couple of names that got correct. So this year I've already heard that DDP's name has been thrown into the foray as far as Hall of Fame consideration. He was a 3-time WCW World Champion, 2-time
It's me.
US
It's
champion.
me.
It's about time.
DDP.
Yeah.
It
I
should
can
One-time
see
tag
that.
champion and 1-time TV champion. So.
Yeah, I can see that. DDP deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
No, he does not.
Oh, why
Whoa,
not?
come on.
Okay, why doesn't
I'm
he
kinda
deserve it,
agree-
Bob?
I kind
Oh,
of agree
Bob.
with Wayne.
Okay,
I kind of agree with Bob.
Wow, really?
No,
Fan of
listen, it's not
DDP?
that DDP
Okay.
doesn't deserve it. It's that there are other people that probably deserve more consideration.
Okay.
Thank you. The fact that
Before him, yes, maybe.
Vader is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah, he needs to be considered,
shit I don't-
especially
I
with
back
his
Okay.
his condition.
Yeah, as soon as he dies, I'm sure they'll put him in. A lot of those type of guys.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's the
yeah.
truth.
I mean, yeah,
But
I'm not
I
saying
don't
that to
think
be
DDP
cold.
is that's like people saying that Honky Tonk deserves in there. No, he doesn't.
Well,
Why not?
I mean,
His I see.
All he had was
the
title
thing is,
He was
okay,
yeah.
But Bob, when
people want to talk about what
he was a mainstay for the most of a decade. Why wouldn't Honky Tonk be considered?
and
for
also
the Hall
when
of Fame?
when guys like the Godfather are getting
a lot
in,
of the people they put in deserved in. A Hall of Fame should be reserved for your best. Big Boss Man didn't belong.
Yeah, but
Godfather didn't belong.
Godfather, no,
Rikishi
wait,
didn't belong.
Wait a goddamn second. Number
he was
one,
a multi-character kind of guy.
Number
too.
one, they've already set the precedent on how the Hall of Fame works. So if these people are getting in the Hall of Fame that you don't think should be in, well, that's just the standards that they set for their individual Hall of Fame. That's number one. Number two, to say the Big Boss Man should not be in the Hall of Fame, I think is one of the most ignorant comments I've heard in the last year. I mean, come on,
I
man.
disagree with that one, but Godfather, Rikishi, those are good points.
He's a 3-decade mainstay wrestler with characters that main evented in both WWE, WCW.
He replaced J.J. Dillon in the original second War Games.
I mean, what do you want? I mean, he had rivalries with some of the greatest top guys in history, and he reinvented himself several times and still stood the test of time.
So he's in the same category as Roddy Piper. He's in the same category as the $1 Million Man.
I would argue that Big Boss Man had a better overall career than Roddy Piper did.
Ooh.
No, I am not out of my mind.
How many shots did you have?
Hey, how many fucking mainstay?
How many shots did you have?
How many mainstay matches did Roddy Piper have that you can remember? You remember the rivalry with Hogan?
The Mania ones?
Bret Hart.
You remember? No, I want specific. Don't just say, I remember lots of matches.
I remember the brawl he had at Mania with Goldust.
Like a
okay.
4-year
feud. Okay, fine. Hogan and Piper. Now, who else did Piper have?
Even Vince
Pit.
had to be okay. You said something stupid, and you got to correct it.
No,
sir. Call my shit ignorant. Now, even Vince said the reason why he never put the belt on Piper is because for 4 years nobody paid to see Hogan win. They paid to see Piper lose. Piper was arguably the most important part of that portion of Hogan's title reign. For you to say that he didn't work shit, you're fucking retarded.
You're twisting my fucking.
Carried a feud.
No, you're twisting my words here.
Do I need to separate you two?
No, you don't. You need to allow us to finish this out. I am not taking anything away from Roddy Piper. I think Roddy Piper deserves to be in a Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest heels of all time, and he's a household name among wrestling fans and those who are not alike. But to say that he had a better overall body of work than Big Boss Man, I think is very short-sighted.
Easily said.
It is not easily said. I can remember one.
Ray Traylor's a footnote.
I'm not done talking. I can remember one feud with Roddy Piper. Guess who that was? Hulk Hogan. I can name.
That's because you were a little kid then.
No, I can name off tons of feuds with Big Boss Man.
You were an adult.
Yeah, like that one he had with Al Snow in the Kill in the Cell.
Oh fuck no! No, don't pull up the end of his
Mountie.
Don't pull up
the Mountie.
Don't
Let's
pull up.
not forget about that one.
What does the board say?
Yeah, does the board have anything since we haven't talked to them for a while?
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Amazing work.
I know it says, okay, Rob, I support you, but don't be saying shit like that. I'm just saying, okay. The Hall of Fame is divided into main eventers, mid-carders, tag teams, women, and celebs, says upload test. Vince is not in the Hall of Fame, Berto. He said he won't till he dies. Bob is one to talk. Let's see here. Vader was on Boy Meets World. What the fuck?
He was. Wow. That was Ethan Suplee.
Okay, that's fine. Look, I'm not trying to make a fight out of this. I'm just saying that to say, look, Roddy Piper was great. But to say that the Big Boss Man is not deserving of the WWE Hall of Fame, I think is an ignorant comment. And I'm not calling anybody stupid.
And I think you have something wrong with your brain if you think otherwise.
Yeah, Big Boss Man, it's a tough one. It could be argued for centuries, but we're going to move on to Did That Shit Happen? I want to separate you guys, but I got to put you right back together.
This might be a good one.
So, Bob and Rob.
Am I going to be able to participate in this?
Sure. Kara didn't watch. She can
Did we already do all the mud report?
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, I had one.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Why don't you do yours then?
I was just saying, I just read a report from Give Me Sport, the British wrestling news organization, that Shane McMahon was getting heat backstage, specifically from Triple H and Stephanie, because of the ratings bump for SmackDown, saying that technically the contract for Shane McMahon is a talent contract. So basically he's a wrestler. That's basically what his job is to be. and that he apparently cozied up with some of the creative guys to get his input in on creative, which may be what the spike in SmackDown's ratings have been. And Stephanie and Hunter apparently, according to this report, are not fucking happy about that.
So
why wouldn't they be happy? It's a win-win for
There's
them.
a reported division in the company right now.
Yeah, it's called having two kids.
The McMahons are fighting over
Well,
it.
I mean, Shane had a little claim a few years ago.
In 2012, he tried to get a
exactly.
job on creative, to head creative,
Right.
and Hunter and Stephanie basically vetoed that shit to happen. So
because Stephanie's been on creative since she was 16.
So he backdoored it, basically.
The reason why Shane left originally is he wanted the direction of the company to go into more of an MMA style, with that kind of storyline, with more gritty realism in the fighting, and Vince sided with Stephanie.
Which, for the record, by the way, this is not worth mentioning beyond this sentence, but Todd Grisham signed a contract to go be an announcer with UFC now, leaving ESPN, where he was just as terrible as he is in WWE.
Grisham is going to take that dude's
Todd
spot?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Wow.
So let's did that shit happen, guys. Go for it, Bob.
Go, Bob.
Todd Grisham's going to be talking UFC with Joe Rogan. Is that shit really happening?
Okay,
Right off the bat, yeah.
What do you think, Kara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
At least you got him to agree.
All right. So the Wyatts have already started the mind games by taking America Alpha out in the background, in the back hallways.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Kara?
No, actually, that shit didn't happen. American Alpha squashed Breezango in a match that did no benefit for him, and the Wyatts just kind of rambled in a package that really didn't move the feud any. So, no, that shit did not happen.
Hey, Bob, just for the record,
There's a title match next
Stevie
week.
got upset going, wait, what happened?
I didn't
what
even
happened?
see the
Was that a
match.
match? I didn't even know because it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Breezango was just in and out.
But here's the question.
It was a Yeah, go ahead.
Is the Wyatts and Alpha, are they really a feud?
They're trying to turn it into one.
Who is
Daniel
WWE.
Bryan wants them to be the main event next week for the title.
Okay, so
title, yeah.
so I mean, it's just like saying Cesaro and Sheamus, were they a feud with No Day? No, they weren't a feud with New Day. Sorry, they weren't a feud. They had some matches of consequence, but they weren't a feud.
They were opponents.
So maybe the Wyatts and have a bigger picture when it comes to their storyline. So against the Alphas, this is not a feud.
Well, that's
it's
kind
a
of their
stepping
MO
stone.
anyway, whenever they go against anybody.
Oh, maybe.
I mean,
Well, actually, though, when you say that, Rob, if they had one match and they got squashed, then it would be that having them win could create a feud.
Well, maybe the Alphas need numbers against the Wyatts, and Kurt and Shelton show up.
Dun 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 dun. Team
your
Angle.
wet dream right there, right?
Continue, Bob.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna say
Go
the
on, Bob.
same.
Okay. So Ziggler did the job clean again.
Please say yes.
The veritable momentum machine that is Dolph Ziggler, fresh off of looking great for the past few weeks, did the job to Baron Corbin.
Looking great on your poster on
And
the wall.
Actually, really good match, but yeah, he did this job. He did the job clean.
What else you got?
And then apparently turned heel.
Okay.
Okay, Apollo Crews had to be pulled off of someone tonight.
Oh, please, Carrie, you go first. Dead air.
Ooh.
Ooh-ha
I'm going to
Nation,
say no,
Kara.
it didn't happen.
I am going to beg that it did.
That shit happened.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Beg that it did.
Yes!
He had to get pulled off Dolph Ziggler tonight.
Was
Wow.
he angry?
He was not smiling.
He did not smile,
Yeah, he smiled, and then he got angry.
It was an angry
And
smile.
then they pulled him off of him, and then he smiled again.
I like it. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's some heel shit right there.
Yeah.
That's what we've been calling for. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, actually, he's not the heel.
Oh no, we're going to talk about that tonight.
Okay.
Ziggler.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
go on. That it?
All right, I'm done.
All
You
right.
told me I was limited to 3.
There you go. Good. Way to do that. Let's go in. Do we do housekeeping, by the way?
No, we did
Let's
not.
do housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping?
Don't think you're sleeping.
Housekeeping?
Yeah. You come back in an hour.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Marked Out Pro Wrestling Podcast, and listen to our live reaction shows throughout the week. Monday Night Rawsome, following Raw every Monday at 11:30 p.m. Tuesday night Smarkdown, following Smackdown Live every Tuesday at 11 p.m. NXT Takedown every Thursday at 2 p.m. Special live shows Sunday nights after every WWE pay-per-view. You can download our podcast on Podbean, iTunes, and other podcast providers the day after each WWE event. Follow us on Twitter and chat with us throughout the week at Smart Mark Show. Send your thoughts and opinions via our email, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us to get a better look inside our faction on Instagram at markedoutwrestling. Call us during a live broadcast or leave a message for a future show on our U Record Studios fan line, 704-444-0084. Like us on Facebook to argue politics and religion at facebook.com/markedout1. That's marked out the number 1. Finally, see what is coming up throughout the week on our website, www.markedoutwrestling.com. Get connected.
Mister, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna kick 100% of your ass!
Can you dig it, sucker?
What you need to make a good Smarkdown is your 3 key ingredients.
All right, so we got some good ones tonight. We got some fresh topics to discuss. Topic number 1, fuck Bob. We'll get the reason why.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Topic number 2, bitch slap city.
That's right.
And topic number 3, we don't want none.
Number 1.
Number 1, fuck Bob. Let me explain before we get into this
Hallelujah.
why I'm saying this, okay?
The ongoing saga.
Here's why I'm saying this, okay? First off, I'm going to start with the simple one. Ziggler going heel. We've said his tag is heel Ziggler forever. I kind of like the work that he did, and he put on a great match. Now, here's where I'm not surprised, by the way, because his wrestling ability has always been on point, even if his moveset is stolen or whatever.
Stale.
Now, Baron Corbin, for the second week in a row, and this is why it's fuck Bob, has put on a great fucking match. Baron Corbin has actually stepped up his game. And by the way, it's made me think, because I said this, and then all of a sudden Kalisto ran out. I'm like, maybe Kalisto is holding him back. And Kalisto ran out, and Baron changed again. He became a bumbling, stumbling idiot and fell over the ropes after putting on a great match. And then he comes back out at the end of the night and does a little tough guy character when he's standing over Cena. So Baron Corbin was just on point tonight. And
he made up for that.
Bob made a point about how Baron just is stuck working with smaller guys because of how tall he is, and maybe WWE just needs to keep him away because a guy Ziggler's size he can go with. Take it away, Bob. Go ahead and gloat.
No, it's not gloating. I think it was the one highlight of the night for me. Those two put on a hell of a match. I couldn't find a flaw. I kept waiting for there to be a fuck up because I knew you would jump on it.
The flaw was Kalisto coming out. That was the only flaw.
And thankfully that didn't pan out.
Did he attack Baron?
He attacked Baron with a chair.
Oh, God, let it end.
I know, right?
But Corbin...
Well, no. But it worked for the Ziggler heel turn.
Exactly.
Because it was, one more time, it was going to be Baron Corbin grabbing a chair and he was going to beat the shit out of a down guy. Somebody who... My problem with feuds in wrestling is that they're seemingly forgotten about sometimes. These two guys beat the shit out of each other with chairs for weeks. Like, just because they had one match, it didn't make the hatred go away.
No, maybe they're like the new Sammy and Kevin.
Kalisto, one more time, like, fucker, you're not going to do this. And then Ziggler, does his super kick heel turn.
That was the payoff, I guess, if you want, for Kalisto coming out. Brian, what were you saying?
I was just saying, I didn't have any problem with it. Like you said, they always kind of take advantage of what our memory is, but the fact that they have Kalisto come out and kind of try to cost Baron Corbin, this shot.
And it's a payoff for Ziggler to go, I don't
exactly.
need any help.
It was more of a means to an end for the Ziggler turn.
Steve, what do you got on this?
I'm just glad it happened. Finally, we called the Ziggler heel turn in the past, but it really wasn't one. And then what else are you going to do with it?
It definitely was one tonight.
But why is everybody excited about this? I mean, he's been a fucking heel before.
Because where else is he going to go as a face?
Because he attacked Apollo and Kalisto.
He can go do 2 years.
He can go do shitty fucking house comedy shows around the country.
He attacked Apollo and Kalisto.
It gives Apollo relevancy right now.
And
okay, well, that's cool. That's cool.
And Kalisto, because he attacked both of them.
All right, I'm over.
I'm just saying they tried to work in some other guys in the roster.
I'm gonna shit on it because I like it.
I know it's not got nothing to do. I do not define myself by
We're gonna
you,
start doing
Bob.
the cool kid count.
All right,
Let's start
Bob.
checking out what move
Medine,
Ziggler does.
Hey, we noticed there was no cool kid count last night without him. Medine, what do you have on this?
Let's end it with this. Kalisto and Dolph are fighting to be Corbin's bottom bitch.
Wow. That's a profound statement. Does the board have anything to chime in there?
Let's see, Rob, what are you drinking? I'm drinking some Tito's handmade vodka. Let's see here.
Something to make him nicer.
Yeah. JD is leaving. Okay, you're right. CM Punk is a fantastic wrestler. Okay, they're not talking about anything of consequence.
Dude, they did this last night. They went off tangent.
I appreciate that.
No, here's a couple. Hold on. Harper is far superior to Corbin. I'd like to see Harper get the push, says Trollberg and Yorkie. CT says kill Kalisto.
But the problem is Harper doesn't do anything to promote his character beyond Bray.
So far, the Freebird tag team thing.
Yeah. Kara?
No, I was just saying quickly. I like that JD still checks in, and then
why don't you back the fuck up off JD, man?
Yeah, she
What?
loves.
What's up with that?
I'm saying, remember he had his announcement about how.
We know how you feel.
We know. Yeah.
No,
We
I'm
know how
saying,
you feel.
remember. Oh God, thank you, Brian. Brian's like,
Don't look at me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you guys know.
Number 2.
Bitch Slap City.
Remember JD saying he's taking a break.
You hear what the name of that topic was?
Yeah.
Renee Young getting bitch
guys
slapped
really missed it.
backstage by Medine's girl Maurice. What are you
Maurice was
saying over there,
slapping
Medine?
everybody.
No merci.
No merci.
No merci. No merci.
No, thank you. You do
busted
not
that
touch
thing
my man, she said, and she slapped Renee Young good in
It
the
was
back.
legit.
You see how high his eyebrows get?
Yeah, and then we go on, and of course we got a new champion,
What?
Mr. Rob.
What?
Dean Ambrose, the new Intercontinental Champion.
He did.
I just find that.
Rob.
I find that comical.
Here's where I'm going to come to. Here's where you and I are going to become buddies tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
It was Miz carrying a guy who was moving like he was running through fucking mud
This is
for about a half hour.
Are you kidding me? That was
Dude.
okay. So
It
you're
was
saying
one of the
wait,
worst matches.
You know what?
when you
Insert
say
the gif
when you
of
say
the
because
period
I want to
thing.
point out one spot, Bob. There was a spot where Miz jumps off the rope and he wants to catch Dean and then put him in the mic check or whatever the fuck his name, the
Skull crushing
finale. It was the mic check first. Anyway, it was skull crushing finale. He could have sold that move really quickly and well, like the RKO's out of nowhere or whatever. Instead, he grabs him, slowly sets him up, and then does it to him. Miz was slow, as Dean was. The match was paced because of that. It was fine.
So I'm really good at bad analogies. So I'll give you a bad analogy.
Okay.
If you're playing Little League baseball and you think you're busting your ass the whole time to be the best, and then they announce the All-Star team at the end, and you start to realize you're not going to get called. Well, you're not going to give a shit after that. To me, and I'm going to catch heat for this, I know it, but to me, Dean Ambrose does not love this job.
They were cheering his name.
I don't care what the crowd was doing.
I'll argue with that on you. I mean, he has been in more matches than anybody else for the past 2 years.
That's fine, and he's making the money for it. But if you look at his interview on the Stone Cold podcast,
As far as that goes,
where he just seemed like he didn't give a shit about any of the engagement at all. When you see his
he didn't give a shit about the shit that he was told to do that he didn't want to do.
I just don't think he loves it.
And I also think he might have a mild case of brain damage. I mean, he's a little slow on the
he's
dog.
really a lunatic.
Oh my god!
you
guys are shitting on my boy.
Really well.
I want to know. Here's what I know. Here, bored out there in podcasting and YouTube live land. I want somebody to look this up for me. I want to know how many people have lost a bid to either attain or lost the championship altogether, the WWE title, and then have been immediately thrust back into the IC picture. Because I can't remember that many in the past.
Roman went right to the U.S.
No, we're not talking about right now, this stupid fucking era where everybody rotates between the two titles like a goddamn carousel. I'm talking about in the last 40 years of professional wrestling, how many times we've seen somebody go from the top belt and the very next thing they're doing is the fucking mid-card.
I think it started after
Didn't
the
Warrior
Attitude
do that?
Era.
What? No.
Didn't Warrior
Maybe even
do
before
that?
that.
No, he had to drop
Yeah, I
it.
want to say Warrior went back to the IC title.
No.
I was going to say like Chris Jericho or Chris Benoit, kind of around that era.
Yeah.
Jericho for sure.
Oh, easily those two.
I'd be curious to know. I don't think Warrior went back to the IC. I really do not.
But definitely Jericho
Christian
and definitely
did.
Benoit.
Christian did when he lost his brief world title run.
Then he gets a European also.
But look, my question is not that they eventually go back to the mid card, but were they?
No, most of them went right back, is what we're
like
saying.
the very next feud was for the lower card
like
belt.
within a few months.
Cena did it.
It's the Vince
Cena
era,
did
maybe?
it.
But again, Cena did it in this.
He only did it once.
Did it in
He only
this
did it-
era.
Well, and
And that's
The
because
U.S. title thing?
and that's because the belt needed somebody with some clout.
Bob, why don't you mention here what Miz was talking about on Talking Smack, since this is about Miz and Ambrose?
Dude, he fucking lost it. Like, he started off real calm, and then he went the fuck off on Renee for not being professional, and he lost his shit. It's honestly, there's nothing I can say that would do it justice. You need to rewatch the replay, because the man lost his fucking mind on the entire, on both of them.
Yeah,
he was at the end of it. He was screaming like, "Don't either one of you talk. I'm the greatest ever." He was like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
Rob, what do you got on the board?
Juan saying he agrees with Bob, which makes Juan wrong. This is good here. Trauma Caspian. I'm gonna call you the Toxic Avenger.
TC. No.
Yeah. TC. This is great because this is good. This means Miz is winning the Rumble. He would piss off every fan. It would be amazing. A heel people actually hate and don't cheer for.
That's why I like it, because Miz can go main event.
I would love that.
I think most of us are on record saying Miz winning the Rumble would be acceptable.
Yeah, Miz and Braun are the dark horses to me for each show that we would like, that we're probably, if it happened, it would be out of nowhere. Because I would love to see the Miz get it. I just don't see it happening.
There's a lot of good out of nowhere candidates.
And we have confirmation on the board. On the board that Warrior never got it back. There you go.
Yeah, Warrior never did get it back. So there we go. Whoever said that.
All right.
They were wrong. Let's go on to number 3.
Number 3.
All right, so number 3 here, we're going to go a little round table one by one.
Yay!
This one is called We Don't Want None.
We don't want none.
And we're all going to explain why we don't want none. I'm going to start it off. The only reason I don't want none is I know that Cena's going to get 16. It's going to be inevitable, but I don't want him to get 16 to end AJ's first title run. That is my simple, straight-up point. Medine, what was yours that you were saying? Why don't you want this?
We've seen really good matches. It's going to be hard for them to top what they've done. They've stretched this out over almost a year now.
Yeah.
Coming up on at least 9 months.
This is the 4th match.
Yeah, exactly. And it's only the 4th match, but still it's just talk down into the mic.
No, you got a different mic now.
Just
you
go
got
directly into that motherfucker.
I know, we just talked
Now
about
you're
it.
talking into the way you should have been all these months. But go ahead.
Well, now you've changed the mics. That's
Irony.
That's true. That's not his fault.
It's called irony, right?
Technical difficulties tonight.
All right, Brian, weren't you in favor of this?
I was. I mean, I don't understand why you guys were so against it, even though we've seen it before. I mean, do you guys remember? I mean, the matches were awesome.
But why I'm against it is I think it's going to be.
Was great.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great match. I just think they're going to put Cena over.
But who cares? I mean, then you have AJ Styles. He's forever linked with John Cena, and the fact that he's going to be the 16th.
But do you not think, and I pose this to everybody, do you not think this feels a little bit like when Punk went in and lost it going into Mania? He lost the title to Rock because Rock returned, and here comes Cena back.
It does have kind of similar. Yes,
it
you're
feels
right.
that way to me.
It does.
Stevie, you go.
My main reason, obviously, is that Nature Boy is the real 16-time champion. I want it to stay that way for as long as possible.
Well,
I mean, if he passes away, then maybe.
Oh, after he's dead, he can lose the record, is what you're saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, titles are made to be broken eventually. Records are made to be broken like that eventually, but I don't want him to see it,
All right, Bob.
Let him have that.
Bob, why did you want to shit on this one?
Okay, I don't mind the match. I think they're going to have a great match, and there's an inevitability to the March to 16.
Agreed.
I fucking hated the contract signing segment.
Really?
From Daniel Bryan just jumping out of the ring when he was done to the audience at one moment cheering what was it?
They cheered a lot for both guys.
Yeah, they were calling him a has-been, and then a minute later they were losing their shit cheering for Cena. The audience couldn't figure out which side they were on.
I think it was just a split crowd. I don't think it's.
was
They were
not
just
great on the mic
participating is
tonight.
what they were. I mean,
Cena wasn't great on the mic tonight. It just.
You know,
It was
I don't
a
know.
bad
I don't know
segment.
what you're.
But Cena was like
promo
he
you
always
heard.
was.
Yeah.
I heard AJ be fucking gold.
Yeah, AJ was gold, but Cena was subpar.
Yeah, exactly. Cena
But
hit repeat on Cena.
But it was okay. But it's your thing that it's AJ was just saying the same thing he's basically said before. It
No.
wasn't any new shit he was saying.
No.
It was just the greatest hit.
No, here is what AJ said tonight. You were gifted a title match by your brother-in-law. That was one of the ones he said. He said, no one saw you because you weren't here. That's another one. He says, spoiler alert, we can do it without you, John.
That was a good one.
He said when it comes to
But it
Hollywood,
wasn't- but it was-
you'll
okay,
never.
but it was a shitty audience.
Dude, he said when
The
it
audience
comes
didn't connect with it.
Rock reference.
when it comes to Hollywood, you'll never be The Rock, and when it comes
that's
to
great.
wrestling, you'll never be me. Come on,
I don't.
man.
I don't know what show you were watching. That audience was hot the entire night.
Every one of those was fucking gems that AJ was dropping. I'm sorry to say, like I gotta disagree with that part.
I just think the crowd was into it because they were Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, they were split down the middle of like Marks and Fruity Pebbles, and the Fruity Pebbles were loud tonight.
Yeah,
they were. No doubt about that. The board got anything, Rob?
I might.
All right, what do you got?
Well, so the overall question is: do we think that Cena should get 16? Is that the question here?
Are we happy about this match?
Let him answer the fucking question.
Are we happy about? Are we happy about this match at the Rumble, the championship match? Cena just walking back and demanding his title.
No. Look, I don't, and you might not believe this, Bob, but I don't have anything particularly against Cena anymore. I used to hate Cena as much as Roman, but Cena throughout the years grows on me in certain ways, right? He's like that wart that's in that area that's not too bad, so fuck it, I don't have
wine,
to. Right. Well, yeah. I still don't think he can wrestle.
Wart.
Yeah, I still don't think he can wrestle. I still think he's a big commercial puppet. I still think he's scared to go heel, and that puts him down on my list. But for me, to give him the opportunity at 16, it all boils down to this. The Nature Boy Ric Flair accomplished that feat through 4 decades of busting his ass like fucking the old school wrestlers did.
That's right.
And
City
Cena,
to city, town to town.
Cena has been doing 15 years or less of this fucking commercial product and being the fucking boy wonder on the goddamn cereal boxes. He has, in my opinion, my own opinion, to give him 16 is to tarnish the overall reputation of that title.
Now the one thing I got to say against, if you're going to agree with him, Stevie, against both of you
my
here,
point too. Yeah.
is that Cena's schedule. I know he's flying, but there's a lot of times that Nature Boy did, and Nature Boy didn't leave the country like Cena has. Cena has traveled and done a crazy schedule. Now, most of that's Cena's fault because of his endorsements and other stuff outside the company. But Cena has had a crazy schedule. It has not been 4 decades worth.
No.
I'll grant you that.
Most of these old school
Actually,
guys.
back in the old territory days that Flair was part of, there were a lot of injury angles so that he could go to Japan, so he could go to France, so he could go to England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did a lot of fucking international travel.
Yeah, but he went there to go to wrestle, though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right. But Bob's saying
Flair?
he did add out
But
of
Cena
it.
What were you saying here?
Cena did a lot of when he was out of the country. He wrestled in Rebellion and all
talk.
those other stuff.
Stop.
Go on,
No,
Kira.
he's fine. He's fine. I will agree that Cena doesn't have the experience, internationally like Rick has had. But, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this is just a new age way of Cena actually earning a 16-time title. And let me finish.
It's a 2-title era, Kira.
The thing is, when you actually look at it, Cena has been a defending fighting champion. He has.
Yeah, at every pay-per-view for 3 years straight.
I'm talking about like how old is his career now? 12, 13 years?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's in veteran status at this point now. I mean, maybe that's what the time has
but
come
not
to.
4 decades is what they're saying.
You're right. It's not 4 decades, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe this is the modern era. Maybe this is the era of where
Kiera,
people. Yes,
you're 100% correct.
I'm sorry
Don't
to say
let them
it.
move
Oh,
you
like
off
you're
your
the
point.
fucking justifier.
Come on, I'm just saying. Like, if you really look at it, this is a new age.
No.
This
Thank
is,
you.
We all know. Nobody here disagrees.
And as much as everyone
With that.
knows that I'm not a Cena fan,
No, yeah.
but this is the reality of it.
No, you're right.
Yeah, but the 16 is not as earned as it was with Flair because Cena
I
existed in
agree.
a
That's what you
2-title
say, yeah.
era.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. We could debate it all night and say it, but
Yeah.
we don't want none.
And the trump card I always have is Lawler here 16 and says, isn't that shit adorable?
Right. What do you got? Anything on the board, Rob?
Man, there's so much on the board right now. A lot of fuck Bobs on there.
Wow.
Let's see. John Cena shouldn't even be mentioned with the greats, says JD.
He
Bob
didn't make our top 5.
Schoberg says Bob would complain if he magically gained 2 inches to his wiener. So fucked up.
They hating on you, Bob.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Bob would call the authorities if he found a $20 bill on the ground. Says Berto. They're literally,
No, he wouldn't. He'd keep that shit.
It is going 100 miles an hour right now, all with Bob.
Hey, Bob, you know what? Embrace it. Embrace it, man.
So we're gonna
like
say
you're a straight heel.
If I gave a shit about what the board said,
No, you're the heel, man. You're the heel. That's awesome.
Kara, we are saying goodbye to you before we go to the good, the bad, and the glorious.
I like how he just kicked me off unprompted.
We are?
She said she was leaving for this, so
Yeah.
I was giving you a chance for final thoughts and to say goodbye.
I'm sorry,
jackass.
Adam. I jumped to it.
I know
I thought you were trying to kick me off
man, now
gracefully.
I know I always take Rob's side. Go on. Do you got any final thoughts before you leave?
No.
Any thoughts?
Thanks, guys, for making me sick.
Oh, you're going to blame us?
No,
Yeah.
you're not sick, are you?
No. You're patient zero.
Yeah, I'm getting like.
You're
this
always
is-
patient
all
zero.
this
Some hand
is jacked
sanitizer?
up. Rubbing eyes. getting
All right. Well,
cleaned
thank
out,
you for
all
joining
that.
us, Kiara. We appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
Bon voyage.
Good
yeah.
night, love.
Good night.
Medine, take her seat.
Bye, Kiara.
Yeah.
Good night.
No, take her seat so we can hear you talk.
We can't hear you.
Well, then take her microphone.
Just talked about how she has jerk and shit.
Oh
Now you
my
want me to
God.
sit in her seat.
Oh, then take the windscreen off.
Is this better?
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Then just take
All
the
right.
windscreen
Technical
off.
difficulties. Can we move on?
What do we? What's,
Show me the money.
Hey guys, it's your girl Kiara from Smarkdown Wrestling Podcast. Since Royal Rumble 2016, we have been striving to bring you an entertaining smart mark perspective from the world of professional wrestling. What we do is a labor of love, but new equipment and segments cost time and money. If you have enjoyed our show, we ask that you become a patron and donate what you can to help us continue to improve and grow week to week. Make a donation and we will let you pick a topic or join us for a segment of the broadcast. It's real easy. Go to markedoutwrestling.com and click on the Be a Patron link at the top. We thank you in advance for anything you can do to help. And as always, thank you for the privilege of your time.
Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! You my motherfucker! Show me the money!
Smarkdown presents
Good. Bad. And glorious. Go ahead. Make my day.
All right.
Oh, fuck it. Okay, Berto says Bob's the type of guy to say goodbye to someone and then walk the same way they go.
I don't know why that's kind of funny.
That is very funny.
Anyway, we're going to start with good. I'm going to kick it off. I usually don't kick it off, but I'm going to kick it off because I've taken enough licks tonight. Screw you, Bob, once again. Baron Corbin gets my good. He was solid again in the match, and I hate it.
Wow.
He did good.
Interesting.
And just for the record, we got 7 announcements last night of Rumble entrants from Raw. We got 1 tonight, and it was him.
Yep. That's a good one.
One.
Brian, good.
I had The Miz losing because finally now we can maybe see him kind of elevate and maybe go for the
I really
main
hope so.
championship.
I really hope so. I really hope
I
so.
do.
Stevie.
My good was Dolph's heel turn tonight. It was refreshing, Get to see him
Refreshing?
a different side of him.
It's been 2 years. Refreshing.
Refreshing.
It's like a douche. Bob,
Wow.
who's your
you
good?
know? How do you know?
I put the Ziggler versus Corbin match because it was either it made me think the show was going to be really good after that, and it just dropped off so miserably, or it just killed the rest of the night because it was such a good match.
Pay-per-views have been that way sometimes when they steal the show in the open. It did feel that way a little bit. Good point. Medine, what do you got for good?
I also had Dolph's heel turn.
Good.
All right.
Rob, you on the board?
My good is going to be the news about Apollo. I think that's fucking awesome. I like that.
Rhino and Mojo were the guys that pulled all them off. By
All
the way.
right. Good for.
that sounded bad.
Good
It was
for.
an also ran segment.
Rimo.
Good for Brian York, a.k.a. Hitman, who I was feeling sympathy for, but now after the Twitter battle, I'm going to go Shitman. It says Corbin. The good for Juan is the new girl on Smackdown. I don't know.
That poor girl.
CT says Miz dropping. CT says good as Miz dropping the title. Alberto, good. Everyone roasting boob. TC Trauma says Miz dropping the title. Good for Noah is Dean winning Dolph's heel turn that his character desperately needed, and Corbin seeing whatever. That's it.
All right. So bad. Bob, you kick us off. What was bad?
Bad was the contract signing. I hated it.
I cannot. I disagree with you. I think more about that than you do with Rob over the Big Boss Man thing. Stevie, bad.
Okay, so you had a good bit with AJ, but everything after that just fucking fell off.
That's not AJ's fault.
No, but it was a shit segment.
All the contract signings pretty much are shit
Yeah,
segments.
there hasn't been a good one in a long time.
Yeah, one guy looks good and the other one just is like, why am I out here?
Hey, pause for a second.
All right.
What the fuck did I lose clean?
Oh.
Hitman saying I lost something clean. What'd I lose?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I thought that's why you were mad. By the way, Hitman, Rob has going to read your email because he's mad at you and won't let me.
Oh,
Steve, what
that's
is your bad?
My bad was Breezango. That gimmick is
You
just
missed
done.
it.
And I miss it too. Like, just,
we had to recap
they
for
need
you.
to do something different with them.
Brian, bad.
Mine was the Carmella James Ellsworth that whole match. Then they not only was that bad, but they also had the debuting Aaliyah from NXT, and that completely just squashed it.
I mean, I don't know that she was debuting. They said
Well, I mean,
she
it
was
was her
from
fir-
NXT,
but it was her first time on main roster
she
television.
didn't get moved up though. She's garbage.
I think that they're bringing Carmella up the old school way. Like they're making her, they're letting her work with top tier talent. They're giving
James
her
Ellsworth.
a shit gimmick. They're making her earn her way up the ladder.
Oh yeah,
It's
she's
kinda like the Eugene
James Ellsworth is the
type-
mama gimmick for
Yeah.
sure.
The Eugene
Medine,
gimmick.
Yeah, Medine bad.
Agreed. Next.
All right, my bad is La Luchadora. Whoever the fuck that was some of the most just terrible wrestling, whatever was going on before Alexa switched in. I hated all of it.
Is it the same person, you think? Because
it looked like it was the same person, and then she went under the ring, and another one came out, and it was unmasked as Alexa.
I can't remember the name, and damn it, I meant to have it tonight, but
I have it right here
because I did a face-to-face analysis, like really close. Photoshop pulled it in to look at the details, and it looked really. They looked like the same person.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, that's what I found. And the
I'm not
features.
serious.
The
I thought it
features
was
fit.
that Daria chick from NXT, but whatever. So let's go on to
how about I and the
Rob
board get to do bad? How about that shit?
I tried to, and you went somewhere else. with it.
I'm sorry. You're mostly right most of the time.
All the time.
Basically.
All right. My bad is Bob hating on Big Boss Man with his micro penis. The bad on the board is
I don't ever want you two in the same room. It's just gonna be shitstorm and stereo.
It'll be awesome. Chair match. Berto says bad is Medine's microphone. We fixed it. Shut up. Jonathan bad. The name 205 live. CT Bob being on the show. John Estrada. John Estrada. Where the fuck is Undertaker? Noah bad is Bob making himself look like the out of touch fool like Vince and not seeing the excellence of the AJ Cena promo. Bad for one is the Nikki segment. Bad for trauma
Wait.
is Natty saying
Just for a
she's better
second.
than Bret Hart.
Finally,
Oh,
somebody.
wow, really?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She said that.
That's
just for the record. There, somebody finally said something anti-Bob that had some logic behind it.
Okay.
I know you just glossed over it, but somebody finally said at least something there.
The out of touch Vince McMahon.
Yeah, at least they gave a reasoning instead of just fuck Bob or I wish Bob would get hit by a car. They at least finally gave some
give Bob penis herpes.
Right, some legitimate argument. I just wanted it to not get glossed over.
All
right. So let's go on to Glorious.
Glorious.
I'm going to start off with this one. My boy Dean Ambrose goes right from the title picture into another title picture. Hopefully elevating The Miz.
I thought about this today, and I figured out why he's your boy.
Oh, why?
Because you move just as slow and lazy as his ass does on the daily.
Are you kidding me? I am more athletic than all of you combined.
You
because
were.
Brian is injured.
You were athletic.
There's no fucking way.
Your high school was a long time ago, sir. Long time ago.
Dude, just watch. I may be fat, but I'm agile.
No, it's not.
I call myself
it's
fat.
It's not a fat and weight thing. It's the fact
Dude.
that if you have to go 10 feet
Fat
to
and agile,
push
you
a
fragile.
button, if you have to go 10 feet to push a button, you'd rather find a way to throw something at it than to actually walk to do
I'm
it.
the Jew that runs the crew. I'd rather tell someone to go hit that button.
Bob knows what I'm talking about.
I'm sure he does. Bob's got pictures of me falling asleep in his chair. With his.
I've got.
We do too.
Adam and his uselessness stories are legendary.
Oh, isn't he? He's so.
Bob, if you have those pictures, can you please email them to me?
I love Adam's always like, hey, we should probably do this. And by we should probably do this, it means, hey, you guys should probably put this together, and I'll just talk about it and never help you with it.
Oh, you've never had that motherfucker at a music festival sit in your chair, snap fingers at you, and just do a 2-finger motion.
Oh, wait.
You're
Give
right.
me another one of yours.
Oh, that was when he was injured or whatever?
Wait. I had knee surgery. That was the one time I have an excuse for being lazy. I had knee surgery and was moving on crutches.
So you admit you have no excuse the other times.
Exactly.
I want you to hear this. This is Adam asking for a cigarette during that festival. That was it.
That's pretty much hasn't changed. It doesn't just exist at a festival. But that was the one time I had a legitimate excuse. I'm just saying.
Juan says, Adam, your Jew people are not athletic.
I am.
You were.
I might. No.
Yeah.
I'm holding on. I'm
were.
not awaiting surgery like some of you. Speaking of which, Brian, what is your glorious?
Wow.
I had.
You like that segue?
No.
You giant sack of shit.
Brian needs a segue.
I had Baron Corbin's ring work tonight. I mean, what is this? 2 weeks in a row now that the guy has been having solid matches.
It flipped me around. I hate that Bob was right.
Yeah,
I hate it. Medine, glorious.
The Miz opens the show, closes the show.
Even though he lost it?
Even though he lost it. Like you guys said, the loss is kind of a addition by subtraction and elevation type of thing. We can see now going into the new year, strip him of the title, but then get him into the main event picture perhaps, or doing something else that's up there.
What's up, Kiara?
She's back.
Hey, Kiara.
You got to get your empty water bottle. Yeah. All right.
Hydrate.
Yeah.
Good night, Kiara.
Bye. Steve Glorious.
Well, if you win a major title on the show, you have to give it to Dean Ambrose
My boy.
by default for that reason alone.
Thank you, Steve, for putting your hatred aside and giving him a good award. I had to do it with Baron Corbin. Rob, you and the board.
My glorious is, I don't remember what I wrote. ODKA. I guess I was trying to tell myself something, so I'll just say my glorious is okra. I love okra. Okay, so the glorious on the board is going to be from Juan. Says AJ kick to Cena's head. Noah says Dean Ambrose winning and definitely banging Renee tonight. And that Cena AJ segment that gave me flashbacks of Cena Punk with how much chemistry they had. Let's see. Glorious for a hitman shit, man. AJ fucking Styles. At this point, Styles,
the A-lister.
Styles could carry a corpse to a 4-star match and could make anyone look great, including Roman twice. Okay, yeah.
It's true.
Glorious is watching the entire Star Wars saga in 2 days. Fuck right, CT. Micha Meech says La Luchadora is Deanna Purrazzo.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah.
Glorious for Noah is Brian looking like Seth Rollins in the night before. Wow.
that was Seth Rogen.
And
not Seth Rollins.
And Trauma Caspian saying Glorious is Maurice slapping Renee. Go.
And that's going to take my segue perfectly to the JD Memorial Award tonight. My giggity was for the I wished it was more cat fight of Renee Young and Maurice. I liked it.
I second that notion.
That's
slappy, though.
What do you got, Brian? What is your...
My giggity?
Mm-hmm.
I had La Luchadora Numero Dos, a.k.a. Alexa Bliss.
Even in those granny panties, she looked awful in that outfit.
Dude, you could throw a fucking potato sack on her.
They try to do a twin magic work.
Come on.
I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know.
Come
Medine,
on.
you got one?
Ms. Maurice next.
Miss Maurice.
That's who I had.
Did you say Ms. and Maurice?
No, Miss.
Miss Maurice.
It just sounded that way. You said the same, Steve.
Yep, of course.
Bob, you got one? Is Sean out of the room? Can you answer, or are you going to shit on this?
No, I like the name. Dude, it's a fucking stupid segment. But I like the name Cinderella.
Cinderella for Carmella?
It's a Cinderella story.
Cinderella.
I didn't hear that. Rob, you and the board.
My Giggity Award, my JD Award goes to that double oval Valley of Love, Alexa Bliss. Right. Let's see. Rob is blind as a mole, says Noah. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, he said Seth Rogen, not Rollins. Okay, whatever. I'm reading all your shit. Shut up.
I corrected it.
A JD Award for John Estrada goes to
I'm right.
that booty though. Yeah, okay, I'll do that for you. Thank you.
Wow, really?
You could have texted.
You could have texted,
oh my
right?
God, Kiara just interrupted the show to set
Can you
coffee.
set the coffee timer?
If you don't, I'm going to continue to be constipated.
There's no emojis on it. Liz.
Trauma says Alexa. JD Noah says Becky, of course. Jonathan JD Ward is Paige's beautiful. Woohoo! Upload test is Becky Lynch, and JD Award Part 2, the white girl at the gym, says JD.
I want to hear that
It's the
sound
board's
again.
favorite segment.
And JD Award is the only time Bob can talk about women without having handcuffs for touching them, says Trauma.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Going on to booking error of the night. I've been kicking it off. I'm going to kick it off again. Carmella versus Aaliyah. You want to talk about slow motion matches? I'm sorry, that was a slow motion match.
Wait. Aaliyah was on the main roster?
Yes.
Why?
Right.
Because they didn't have anyone else for Carmella to beat.
Is she on the roster?
No.
They said NXT logo.
Use,
they even said that.
They didn't even use the Ratchet Raver. They had to pull somebody at NXT instead.
What'd you say, Steve?
They had an NXT logo next to her name.
They did.
And they said Aaliyah from NXT.
Bob, can I tell you, we had some fucking troll on one of our earlier videos who got in your shit about the Ratchet Raver comment. He was a douchebag, so whatever, but I just want to point that out.
I like the Ratchet Raver.
I do too. Fuck it. He's got thin skin. Go ahead.
Booking error of the night for you, Bob.
Booking error of the night was the sloppy Ziggler heel turn. Like he had his heel turn, and then he went in the back and had the most ridiculous tantrum ever, but it was only to, like, get three guys TV time in the background, and then he fell when Apollo Crews hit him, so it made him look... I didn't like that.
I think this is just your way of just shitting on Apollo Crews again somehow.
Yeah. Ryan, why don't you take over?
I even said they had to pull Apollo Crews off of him.
Wuhan Nation, Bob.
Booking error, Brian.
I had Dean Ambrose winning the IC belt.
Oh.
Although, I mean, we always said that he's better off chasing.
Right.
Come on, we've said it before. He's better off chasing the title than having it.
But he was a good IC champ. He was a bad heavyweight champ.
Okay.
To be determined.
And
shut up, Rob. So sick of you. What do you got, Medine?
Okay. I thought that Alpha match could have been at least 3 or 4 minutes.
No, it was all about the Wyatt promo after.
I know, but they could still fit that in there.
Because I didn't see it.
But the match was like 90 seconds.
It's his point.
And it squashed Breezango.
I mean, who cares about them?
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Listen, I like Febreze better than Breezango, by the way.
This squashed them. Tonight squashed them. Really?
Seriously.
It continued to squash
They were
them.
riding the Hawaii 5-0 wave the whole time.
Oh, a booking error, Steve.
Mine was having Aaliyah from NXT. They could have used someone else, maybe.
Yeah, Liv Morgan. Yeah.
If you're going to have somebody job out like that.
Jinx.
Yeah. Liv Morgan, Jinx. You got it, Rob.
Yeah.
Go.
My booking here is me not being on Rawsome last night. I got a couple things to address real fast on this. Number one, y'all missed a fucking assload of great points from the show because I went back and watched, and I would have talked at length about some really fucking entertaining and fascinating points that you guys completely
About
fucking
Goldberg
missed.
teasing a Roman feud?
No, I would have fucking dug a lot deeper into the Goldberg thing with a lot more criticism, but we'll just move past that.
Okay.
And I'll say, Brian, my co-host on NXT Takedown.
Yep.
I like you.
Okay.
You're an awesome dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, man. But that fucking comment you made later in the show.
What?
When he was like, oh, Rob's not here. And you're like, yeah, kind of like it. Kind of like it. Yeah. Fuck you, Brian.
Right on.
Fuck you. All right, here we go.
That's why he's my heavy.
Booking era.
I'm nobody's heavy.
Booking era.
Shut up, Brian.
Noah, Owen Hart not being in the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Why?
There's another guy.
Why should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Because he died in the ring.
Wow. Yeah, exactly right.
Literally.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, he fell real good. So does Jeff Hardy.
Wow, he was a multi-character talent.
For all the stuff
Multiple
you guys
champion.
A legendary family. He was a
Legendary
Multiple champion.
So he should go in because of family? All right, cool.
What the fuck? What is
Family and falling.
Bob, what is your criteria for the Hall of Fame?
I think the Hall of Fame has become a bastardized version of what it could have been.
I don't know why you guys
I
keep
agree with that,
revisiting.
but I wouldn't say that Owen Hart isn't
Well,
worthy
ever
of
since
it.
they added the celebrity wing, it's been bastardized. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Trauma.
If fucking Big
What do
Boss
you-
Man's
what-
going to be in there. then
Trauma
Owen
says-
Hart's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Trauma
Booking
says
error.
booking error. Liv Morgan would have been better. Brian
Right.
Yorkie, Miz dropping dropping on a SD on a SmackDown.
SmackDown.
While I agree it was shocking, it just didn't feel right to me, says Hitman. Booking error, everything they've done to the Vaude villain, says CT. Yeah, absolutely.
They're not even there.
We want to take Noah right now?
Sure, Noah.
All right. Oh, I just hung up on Bob. Wait.
Hey, I've done that before.
Bob.
What? Okay, say it again, Noah. Oh, okay. Did you hear that, Bob?
Are they both gone?
No. Bob, are you there? Bob, you there?
I love how the technical
I do.
difficulties
They
seem
just-
to roll
everything
over
went
to my
silent
show.
all of a
All right. Noah just came on and said,
Never
fuck you.
technical difficulties on Rawsome. It's always on my show.
You know,
It's a Russian
It's just
hacking.
convenient. I'm just saying.
You sit your fucking ass right in your little fucking corner there.
It's true.
And you don't do anything
damn
else
true.
besides run your fucking suck.
It's
all right?
true, it's true.
So why
It's
don't you
damn true.
close your cum dumpster and sit there and be quiet for a minute?
He's trying to steal your show.
I know,
All right,
right?
and
Because I stole his last night. He's all pissy.
Shut your penis highway. Go ahead.
All right. So,
Brand split.
promo of the night. We all know I'm going to pick AJ. I already ran down the fucking list. But, spoiler alert, we can do this without you, John. I want to say that one twice. Stevie.
Oh, yeah, I had AJ's for that very same reason.
Right?
He
What-
killed it tonight.
I wrote the same exact thing in my notes. We can do it without you, John.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
Medine.
Styles.
Bob.
I put the sounds of Maurice's slaps. Dude, she put stank
That was
into
nice.
every one of those.
She did, man.
They did have some side effects.
It's going to have a turn on.
Noah?
It was Noah. He went away.
Oh.
All right.
All right, Noah. Wait for final thoughts
Yeah.
and interrupt us then.
Who's it, my turn?
Yeah, it's you. Promo on the board.
I didn't watch the show, obviously, but just hearing back to it, the We Can Do It Without You, John, it's such a powerful fucking statement, and it's a statement wrapped in truth.
Right.
Absolute truth.
Yeah, because he was on for a promo last week, but they set the ratings.
And
without
that's
him.
why John should go heel, because you as a face, John, you have ran your course, and you are no longer a necessity to the business. You need to go heel to recreate yourself just the way Hogan did.
And maybe the double flip, like Medine said, and put AJ face because he's getting over
But
with.
now John Cena is a product. He's got his YouTube can be a great American show. He was trying to be the.
I can't do this again.
He was in the
I can't
running
do this
to be
again.
Kelly Ripa's co-host.
Who
I
gives
can't-
a shit?
I can't do this again.
No, this is not. Wait. Just hold on. This is not the Gladiator Dome. This is professional wrestling. It's a business and a
I know,
company.
but
John
but
Cena
John
will
Cena
do.
is now a product.
Okay, but this is. Oh my God. It's like saying they can't kill
I like
off
playing business with you
Abraham.
one day.
Abraham was a product. Come on. It's a TV show. They can do whatever the fuck they want to.
Okay.
And one thing is, they'll be fine. It might actually be better.
This is still the same
I'll get so
argument.
angry when
This
you
is
drink
still.
it. I don't
It's.
like it.
I don't like it.
Anybody not say AJ on the board?
What?
All right, great. Opportunity of the night. I'm going to say my opportunity of the night. Jack Gallagher cutting a promo on SmackDown, kind of bringing some, whatever life to his character outside there. I liked it. I thought it was a good opportunity for him. What do you got, Brian?
I have Baron Corbin, and specifically when he interrupted the Cena and Styles promo, I thought him coming out and just showing his presence there really kind of elevate him to the main event.
I almost thought that was bigger than the win and the good match.
Yeah, I agree.
Stevie.
I'm going to give it to James Ellsworth for hooking up with Carmella of all people. What the hell is that all about?
That only happens in porn. Medine.
Corbin staying relevant in the main event picture.
Yeah.
Even though Cena came back.
Yeah, and he's, again, the only one who announced himself for the Rumble.
They obviously like the kid.
Bob, opportunity.
Based on what SmackDown gave us tonight, Raw has the opportunity to retake the ratings lead.
Probably right.
Yeah, after
Unfortunately, that's
football.
probably right. I hate that, but you're probably right.
I'm
you
right
and,
a lot.
You and shut up. You and the board, Rob.
I don't have one. The board doesn't really have anything on there just yet, but I will update you if the need be.
All right. So my announcer gold was all for AJ. Anybody else got any to contribute? Botches or gold?
I have a botch. Chuck or Charlie, whatever her name is, botching the interview with Dean right before he went in the
She
ring.
couldn't say Intercontinental Championship. Twice. Yeah, she fucked it up, and Dean had to save it again.
He did.
Yeah, he just kind of cut her off.
Trauma is saying that opportunity of the night is Miz dropping the title for bigger and better things.
Yep.
Thomas Struble. If I said it right, if I said it wrong, I'm sorry, but we'll say Thomas. Thomas says Ellsworth, and welcome to the board, Thomas.
Welcome to the board.
All right.
Hello, Thomas.
We love having
Miz
new people.
carried Sloppy McMudman through an amazing match. So he should be able to wrestle with anybody.
Sloppy McMudman?
You know what?
Is that a story you reread to your
Speaking of sloppy,
kids?
let's get the whiteboards out.
Oh.
It's that time.
Oh, is it time for a little
Everybody
marked
got
out
a
trivia?
good-
And now it's time for a little marked out trivia.
All right,
Hey,
so
Rob,
this.
if you get a chance to watch it, he really was fucking slow.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Thanks, Bob. You take every good segue.
Look! Hello, Pot. I'm Kettle. How you doing?
Anyway, so last night we did some Royal Rumble number trivia. We're going to do some more tonight. We're going to kind of do parts 1 and 2 on Rawsome and Smarkdown as we go forward. kind of basically just putting some stuff out there with Rumble. If you want to play along credibly, don't cheat and look ahead at some stuff. So tonight we're going to get started with this one.
Because tonight.
How many wrestlers have spent less than 10 seconds in a Rumble? I'll say it again. How many wrestlers have spent less than 10 seconds in a Rumble?
How many wrestlers have spent less than 10 seconds in a Rumble?
In any Rumble. In any one Rumble.
Oh.
Just need the number here.
In any one Rumble.
In
Or
any
just
one
all-
Rumble.
oh,
Not
yes,
combined. Not a cumulative.
Right. Right. I know what you mean. Like,
How many superstars?
How many total superstars?
Right.
All right. I got a number. I don't think I'm right.
Nobody's done it twice.
I know I'm right at least within the people I've chosen. I don't know if that's the total, though.
All right, then, Rob, let's go to you first.
All right, so I'm going to go with the number 2. 2 is wrong.
2 is wrong.
I had 2 people. You want to
Steve.
All right.
8.
8 is wrong.
Bob.
4.
Medine.
5.
Brian.
The correct answer, 3.
So I know for a fact that one of the Bushwhackers,
Mm-hmm.
and I know
Bushwhacker and Santino.
And Santino. Those are my 2.
Santino.
So on the board we've got. Wait, I'll tell you this.
The
real quick.
Warlord.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We got Juan has 9. Yorkie has 12. Trollberg with 19. What the fuck? What do you?
19.
What?
A-lister, the A-lister, Yorkie, the Hitman. He got it right with 12.
All right.
12.
Santino lasted 1 second. Warlord lasted 2. Mo and Owen Hart lasted 3. Luke, Lawler, and Titus lasted 4. Gilbert, Miz, and MVP lasted 7, and Taz lasted 10
So
seconds.
what you're saying is Hitman Siri is working just fine.
Exactly.
All right.
12?
Taz lasted 10 seconds?
Yeah, I was
Trauma.
surprised.
That kills my soul.
It
Yeah.
does. All right. Here's another fun one. How many wrestlers never got eliminated? All Rumbles of all time. How many wrestlers never got eliminated?
Wait,
So you got to count winners.
This
as
isn't
not
one of
getting eliminated,
this
right?
is one of those trick questions, like the winners count
Okay,
as
so
not getting
here,
eliminated.
here I'll tell you guys. 3 of them no-showed. Their music played. They never walked down
You
the
gonna
ring.
give us a number? What?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Dumbass.
Some of them were attacked,
Shut up, Rob.
and one of them was DQ'd.
Okay, so we know it's above 4.
Exactly.
All right.
So there you go.
Oh,
Fuck
shit.
you guys. Having to explain
So are
my
we
shit to
counting
you.
winners?
Oh, God. No,
still
we're not
count winners.
counting winners.
Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, you add 29 to this number. Fuck. You guys ruin everything fun.
Trollberg says 420.
All right. I wish. Brian.
6.
6 is wrong. Stevie.
11.
Medine.
10.
Rob.
I have 7.
Bob, how many?
7.3.
The board has Thomas says 2, which is
What's
wrong.
Yorkie have?
John Estrada says 8.
Oh, that was 1. Oh, well,
The
2
other
off.
A-lister chiming in, John Estrada, to get this one right. So Savage in 91, Bastion Booger in 94, and Skull in 98 no-showed. Their music played and nobody came down. Spike and Test in 04 were attacked coming to the ring, or Spike was attacked backstage. Scotty Tuhati 05, Axel 15, and Finley was DQ'd in 08 for helping Hornswoggle.
Well, there's a whole lot of who gives a shit.
Exactly.
He was DQ'd, yeah.
All right.
Shillelagh.
How many wrestlers have reached double-digit eliminations in a single Rumble? How many wrestlers have reached double-digit eliminations in a single Royal Rumble?
Done. Done.
Rob is awfully cocky over there.
Done, I say. Done.
All right, Bob, I'm going to go to you first.
The obvious answer for me is 2, but I'll say 3.
Oh, damn.
3 is correct. Who had 3?
1.
I had 2.
4.
What'd you have, Medine? All right.
I thought it was.
It doesn't
I
matter.
thought it was Kane and Roman.
Kane has 11 in 01. Roman has 12 in
That's
2014.
right. I keep forgetting Roman.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin had 10
10.
in one Rumble. So
Goddamn right.
he's the third one.
Hell yeah.
All right, here's another
I
one.
couldn't remember the Stone Cold one.
How many wrestlers have more than 30 eliminations in their career?
Okay, say it again.
How many wrestlers have more than 30 eliminations to their credit in their career? Total.
That's a big one.
How many wrestlers? Well, I'll come to you last if you think you got it. Rob was cocky on the last one and got it wrong.
You got it, Bob?
All right, I got a number.
I don't
All right,
believe you.
Brian, start with you.
Come on, it's 15. Everyone knows that. What the fuck?
Steve?
I'm going with 1 again.
No.
Medine?
5.
Rob?
6.
Bob, what do you have?
6?
6
Fuck, I
is...
thought it was just 2.
No. Anybody on the board
Okay,
got
wait,
six?
hold on, wait. Rob,
Trauma
did you name
says
the
6.
6, or did you guess 6?
No, I had 5, and when Dean said 5, he said it was wrong. I was like, 6.
All
right. So
Juan and Trauma both had it right.
Okay, so 2 of them are, one is Kane, one is Shawn Michaels, because they have the number 1 and number 2.
Kane is 44, HBK is 39, Austin is 36,
Big
Taker
Show?
is 35, Triple H is 33, and Big Show is 31.
Yeah, I knew Big Show was in there.
All right.
Okay.
Now here's a fun one. How many wrestlers
About fucking time.
have competed 10 or more times in the Rumble?
Fuck.
How many wrestlers have competed 10 or more times in the Rumble? Brian, give us a start.
I'm going to say 0.
You are terrible tonight, sir.
That
Stevie.
was horrible.
10.
Stevie gets on the... No, sorry, Stevie, you're wrong.
Oh, you bastard.
That's fucked up.
Medine.
What are you, Steve Harvey?
Yeah. Stevie. Or Medine, what do you got?
51.
Not even close. Not even close. Bob, how many?
I got to 9.
I have.
Damn it.
I had 5.
He gave me a thumbs up on 10.
All right, on the
so-
board we got
I completely misunderstood the question.
Thomas says 10. Yorkie says 10.
11?
Trollberg says 69. Upload 15. Juan 13.
The correct answer is 7.
Oh.
Kane has 19.
7?
Kane has 19.
Thomas had 7.
HBK has 12. Big Show and Goldust have 11 each, and Taker and Rikishi have 10 each.
Rikishi,
Wait,
really?
Cena-
I guess
Cena-
in the 80s.
Cena and Orton aren't.
No,
Oh,
a lot of time they
had the
defended
titles, didn't they?
right,
Oh, wow.
exactly.
Yeah.
See, I had Hogan and I had Stone Cold.
Well, you were wrong.
You're damn wrong, boy.
I like it.
Wrong.
Bob's finally wrong for tonight.
Wrong.
Final question. How many female entrants have there been in the Royal Rumble? How many female entrants have there been in the Royal Rumble?
Trauma says your count comes up to 6.
No. Oh, he's right. Whatever.
So it was 6. Say it louder.
He
say
wa-
it clear.
it
It
was
was 6.
six.
It
It
was
was
6.
six.
Yeah, Trauma. You're right.
There-
Hello, Florida.
There were 5 people that got 9.
Adam's
by the
family
way.
does live in Florida, so that makes sense.
Fuck you, Rob.
Mhm.
Brian,
I had 1.
you are wrong again, sir.
Dude, I numbers, man.
Medine,
Oh, 2.
2 is wrong. Stevie,
I had 2 as well.
wrong.
I had 2.
Wrong. Bob,
What did Brian guess?
1.
No, it's 3.
Just one off.
Wow, way to walk the elevator. Just
hey,
kinda,
you did it earlier with
Shut
the
up.
5 and 6.
Karma,
Yeah,
China,
John Estrada's-
and Edge's wife.
Beth
That's
Phoenix.
3.
Yep.
That's Phoenix.
Glamazon, right.
China was in 99 and
Was-
2000. Beth Phoenix was in 10, and Karma was in 12.
Yeah, John Estrada got it with the names too.
Yeah.
Good,
Good job, guys.
I forgot about
Trauma
Beth.
got it as well.
Stevie,
Phoenix.
cheap popcorn of the night. How many were there?
1, Adam.
1. Thank you very much, Stevie. Bob, report from Smiley Nation. How many times did Uha Nation smile tonight?
Twice.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, Rhodey.
Twice in a 30-second segment.
There you go. That's all he needed. Rhodey, it's your turn.
Oh, you're gonna
Didn't
miss
get a
this
bucket.
part. Oh, go ahead.
Ladies, are you ready for
Hurry up, Brian.
Daddy Roddy Rob? Let me tell you a little story.
Go ahead and all pull yourself up a chair. Maybe your bed.
Yeah.
And get ready for the soothing sounds of the Roadies Rant.
What the fuck is this?
Medine's grabbing a sandwich. Brian went to the bathroom. Me and Stevie are going to smoke. Enjoy, Rob.
What the fuck, man? This is
I'm
something.
listening.
All right.
And participating.
It's my segment, Bob.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought this was
didn't
your
know
show.
Dude, it was just, okay.
I missed my show
Poor
last.
mumble.
I was going to do this last night, but I had to work, so I missed my show. So, but you know what? I want you to
managed to change the title.
I want you to step back for a second, okay? Because I'm going to pour myself a nice big bowl of crow, and I'm going to eat some crow.
Really?
I am going to eat some crow, and I want you to bear with me in this. I don't want you to get all loud and cocky.
Is this the one where
So I just
I
shut
know where you're going.
Oh yeah, you think you're so funny. Wait, you don't know anything yet. You don't know how this is going to go.
Okay.
All right. So last Monday night, not last night, but the last week, me and Adam had an argument, and it went something like this.
No, actually, I gave Roman the best character a few weeks ago because his character sucked and he performed sucky, so I thought it was a great character performance.
Actually, no, that was me that did that, Adam, but thanks for taking all that from me. That was literally me
Good point,
that did
Bob.
that.
No, it's
Yeah, I did. I
Go back and listen.
I gave him my best character because he must be playing a character to be that bad.
Okay.
I literally fucking did it.
I'll find the clip.
Find the clip. Find where you're wrong
I will.
again, because
I
you
will.
never can admit you're wrong.
Because I'm not this time.
Oh, my
And I have audio proof.
No, you don't. You fucking don't.
I will find it as soon as we go off the air.
All right, so now this is me back live. I'm going to eat a little crow here. All right, here's this clip.
Best character performance.
Best character performance. Let's do this one quickly, guys. Let's go Adam first.
I actually gave this award to Roman because he sucked and his character tonight sucked, so he stayed right in character.
Okay, so that was there you go. I'm going to eat some crow.
That was show 85.
I'm not done. I'm not done with this segment.
Okay.
Please stop. Now, however, I'm going to eat the crow because I did say that he had no proof that he said that, and he did. But he also questioned the fact that I said it first. So I'm going to give half of my portion of crow to him for this clip.
Let me look on the board and see what we got here.
Character performance.
What is yours, Rob?
Mine is Roman Reigns because
What?
Yeah, best character performance Roman Reigns. Because,
What?
Because somebody who is that bad consistently has to be playing a role. It has to be intentional at this point because he came out in those weak ass Superman punches over and over. That lazy ass fucking flying clothesline. It has to be. It has to be a performance. They have to be saying just go out there and be shitty. That was 1 month before yours. So as I will eat the crow, I will offer you some sides of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. I was impressed that you went and found it.
Yeah.
You know, I had mine locked and loaded. I did not realize you had said that. I probably tuned you out, but you are correct. If you got the dates, so you know you're correct.
Everybody pause so I can edit this part out of the podcast real quick. Ready? Everybody pause. Fuck you, Trollberg. Okay. All right.
What's I don't even.
I know what we're doing next.
It's Rob's fellatio segment.
Oh my god.
Oh, I mean Zim.
It is time for you repugnant earthlings to bow to your knees, as you are allowed the privilege to experience the wisdom of the intergalactic champion in the Zim's intergalactic zone.
All right, so now first off, before I get into what all this is about, I do want to say to Trollberg, he said, Rob's the type of guy who needs to dig up proof to prove he's right. No, sir. We had the
No, I challenged him.
Yeah, he challenged me, and I came with it, and I'm admitting my wrong, but I'm also holding him accountable to where he was wrong. All right, so fuck
I don't
you.
understand why you're fucking arguing with these people on the board.
Because I enjoy it. So yes, what's the guy? What's his name? And I hate to forget it. He sent us an email. Was it Brian? Starts with an L. The one who wanted Kiara to talk like a black girl. Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
And you blame me for never.
Wow,
remembering.
that's a profoundly racist thing to say.
That's
Talk
exactly
like a black girl.
That's exactly
That's what
he
said.
wanted.
He said it
man.
in the email.
Yeah, it's exactly what he wanted. He's like he wants to, want to get some of the. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I apologize if Bruce. It was Bruce Lyle, I think, but definitely Bruce. So Bruce was begging for the Zim to come back. A lot of people were asking for it, and we did our countdown until I finally got pissed and said, "Fuck it." Well, today or yesterday rather, the Zim contacted us. So
I saved it for you.
So I'm gonna play.
The clock went back to zero now.
I'm gonna play the Zim. He sent us an audio clip, not an email. I'm gonna play it for you guys real quick. And I just want to say this to Zim: if you're listening out there, don't send me a damn .cal file or whatever the fuck that was. Send me an MP3 so I can spend 20 minutes finding a converter for your ass. The fuck. All right, here we go. Here is the Zim's latest message.
Thrilling.
I hear you need the Zim. I've been told you've been begging for the Zim.
Not I.
But I know. Oh yes, Adam Reigns, I know. The New Day should have been on that list. And Harlem Heat? I thought you never heard of them. You lack integrity, Adam. And Bob. I like the heel turn. It suits you.
And there it is.
That was it?
That's it.
Okay, first off,
Wow.
my integrity. I put Harlem Heat on the list and I guessed him right. How is that shame on me?
I don't know.
That
What
makes,
the fuck did
that,
he say?
He just laughed the whole
Who's your
fucking
Bob?
All I
time.
can hear is laughing.
He gave you
and
credit.
somebody with a dick
Did he
in
say?
their mouth.
Did he say Rob or Bob? Was it
He
me?
said Bob. Great
So-
heel
said
turn.
Bob. So he likes Bob. He likes the heel turn.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because Bob goes dead booty though.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying.
So that fucking happened.
We're going to do the mailbag.
We're gonna do some
The
mailbag.
Zim sounded like Brian with fucking auto-tune.
It definitely sounded like
Was
Kiera-
not me, I can
For the
assure
record,
you.
Kiera could do that vernacular.
Yeah.
On
All
that
right.
one.
You got mail.
You
All right.
get-
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll read first. This comes from Berto.
Berto.
He, excuse again, he's got no punctuation.
Wait, JD says, "Is that you, Shockmaster?" That's funny.
I saw the new WWE Network show Bring It to the Table last night. We kind of watched it too. It's a good concept, except the two guys they brought into the panel to join Rosenberg can literally be switched out by any member of the WWE on-air talent. I don't know if these guys are here to stay, but they are the only ones so far, so I will use them as an example. JBL is a horrible panelist because he will give you what politically correct answer is, and he did. Paul Heyman, when asked any question that involves fan judgment, I feel like he swerves it around and not only never answers the question asked, but goes off on the person asking for no reason whatsoever. Rosenberg was a great host because he asked these guys real questions on topics people care about today. However, the WWE and their over-scripting and over-controlling everything made it uncomfortable for me to watch. Every time Rosenberg would ask a question, JBL and Paul would give a quick answer and then turn it back to Rosenberg and ask for his opinion. I listened to Rosenberg's podcast, Cheap Heat, and he doesn't pull any punches with telling it like it is about the product. He tried doing so when redirecting a question, but as soon as he would mention fans or internet, they would shut him down and try to bully him. He did a good job staying composed, though, I will say that. And you could tell he didn't want to answer honestly later in the show because both Heyman and JBL would counter him with a stupid reason. Both guys didn't want to hear the fan side of the story brought to them by Rosenberg. My question for you guys is this. Do you think the fact that WWE always and only gives you their side of the story hurts the way the fans look at their product? And if they were more honest with us, could we tolerate their product a bit more since we knew backstage the reasoning to why stuff they show us was happening? Take the breaking kayfabe reasoning out of it because the TV show and real life are so separate nowadays that I don't think kayfabe makes a good excuse anymore. Let's say they were real like sports and they released wrestlers' salaries, reasons why guys and girls get released, and they gave us full detailed reports on suspensions. Also, when a superstar leaves the company, why do they stop mentioning him? Packers stop talking about Brett Favre, don't stop. Bulls don't stop talking about Jordan. Apple doesn't stop talking about Steve Jobs. I would feel like if they still mention guys like Angle, Punk, Batista, Hogan, and even Benoit once in a while like they mention HBK, Rock, and Austin, it would make them seem as the person with more class because while superstars don't work for them, they still acknowledge their contribution. Now, while Benoit's incident was horrible, let me explain. If WWE first made a statement about the incident instead of backing away from it and erasing him from history, I don't feel like it would be such a black cloud like it is today. Instead, they could have used his situation to show people what could happen if they abused drugs or alcohol to prevent future incidents like these. Let me restate the question in case you forgot what it was because I've gone on a rant now. Do you think the fact that WWE always and only gives you their side of the story hurts the way fans look at their product? And there's a postscript here that is not necessarily important. Rob can get that off the air. So I'm going to quickly chime in. I think that one of our goals would be to eventually get our show on the network similar to the way Up, Up, Down, Down got on there, but it has been watered down since it got on there. So I would never want to go on a show where I could not be real. And I do feel that Rosenberg tried his best last night. I do think he was a quality interviewer. Even if they switch out the talent, I don't know where they go with it. They covered so much, and they gave soundbite answers instead of touching base on it.
It was a lot of old news too. I remember talking about reports from back in August, and it's New Year right now.
Yeah, let's move on. They were talking about SummerSlam and Randy and Survivor Series.
Right.
Yeah, it's time.
I've been saying this for a while now, that I think the fact that they just act like people don't exist and they want to wipe out every record from the past with new people is a disservice to the product as well as to me, the wrestling fan. Yes.
And the history.
Exactly right. And I think it comes down to this. And, Bob, you can disagree with me or you can agree with me here. I don't know which way you're going to go, but I want to open it to you. But in my opinion, this is all because Vince is a spiteful control freak. I'm sorry. That just if shit didn't go exactly the way he wanted it to, then you are blackballed.
Yeah. And not just, because where do you go if you get blackballed by the WWE? You can go back to Ring of Honor and stuff like that, but you have no ceiling anymore. It's taken away from you. New Japan?
But it still makes it within the United States, it makes it a monopoly as far as the talent is concerned. These guys have one chance to make decent, awesome earning wages, fantastic wages, and that is with a WWE contract. And when you do anything to spite them, that's why they need a damn union. You are dropped.
Well, I think we're getting a little away from the question, but to answer that, they're not gonna cover anything outside of WWE. You know what I mean? It would behoove them. They are kind of dipping their toes in the water of, they're letting indie guys come in and keep their name. So in a sense, they are kind of allowing, other ideas outside of, WWE created ones.
But when's the last time we heard anything about Hulk Hogan?
They did mention him on
last
the show.
night.
Yes.
There was a Hogan fan that got moved because he was dressed like Hogan, and they said he looked too much like him and asked him to move.
When was the last?
But I think last night
they dressed it on the show
though,
too.
them bringing him up.
Oh yeah.
I think that's part of the process. That's part of the start of it.
Yeah,
this doesn't need to be a process, and I'm not getting angry.
Well, no, but JBL even actually, that was the one time JBL kind of broke his character and said that the man deserves to be back in.
No, and I appreciate that. I really do. And if that's a step forward, that's a step forward. But my thing is, I hate when people always say, "Oh, it's a process. We've got to get to there." No, you don't. One day, WWE is a monarchy. One day, Vince McMahon can say, "Hey guys, we can talk about whoever we want to talk about as long as it is relevant to the history of this product. Go." And that's it. You do not need to baby step this in.
Right.
You don't need to.
Yeah, you do. With Hogan, yeah, you may.
No, you don't.
The shit he said was fucking repugnant.
So what you're telling me is that on NFL shows they can never mention O.J. Simpson or any of his records or any of his highlights from the NFL because of his of all this shit now. But
he worked for the NFL though.
Hogan worked for the WWE. He was a mainstay for them for more than a decade.
Bob, what else you got on this?
Let's also look at Hogan realistically for what he can bring back. Okay, he can't go in the ring ever again.
No,
that's a known fact.
It's not about
he
that.
Can't go in the ring anymore. So you bring him back for fucking Old Timers Day to wave his fucking hat.
Nobody's saying bring them back, Bob.
We're saying not
freely
not
acknowledge,
pretend that they're gone.
Freely acknowledge Kurt Angle. Freely acknowledge Chris Benoit. And let me just clarify something or disagree with something
I don't think Benoit will ever fucking happen.
Well,
that made Vince look bad.
No, what? No, let me.
It was. It wasn't just drugs and alcohol. It was head trauma.
Thank you.
The WWE.
Thank you.
The WWF endorsed.
So that was going to be my next point. Is to disagree with the email. Is that Benoit was not about drugs and alcohol. Benoit was about years of being slammed on his fucking head and his brain with fucking force of motion
like
slamming
Junior
against his
Seau
skull.
shit.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Benoit had been damaged from his time in WWE, and to acknowledge him and to take responsibility for that would shine a greater light on the WWE, in my opinion, than acting like that never fucking happened.
Okay, now
I'll
one of
say
the
this.
things.
And this is, I actually caught hell for saying this on ESPN radio at one point. If he hadn't killed his son, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
You know, that's a tough one. I don't know about that.
He killed his kid, and that was the thing that ultimately got him.
You don't think the wife?
The wife too? From WWE history.
I mean, if he was just a suicide, I think it would be different. The fact that he murdered his family, not just
I won't
his
disagree
kid.
with Bob. I won't disagree. I might say there is more to it, but I could definitely see that the kid would be a major part of it. Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
I mean, you got to think, we're talking about a guy who they can't talk about Chris Jericho's best matches in the company. They can't talk about Angle's best matches in the company. You can't talk about the thing that made Booker T who he is.
Yeah.
That best of 7 series for the U.S. title made Booker T in WCW.
And if you just
can't talk
acknowledge,
about that.
if you just acknowledge these people and the wrongs that either they had or WWE had, then you can freely talk about their historical relevance to the company after the fact. But you first have to acknowledge that these things happened and that these people were actually alive.
Booker T was in prison for a good while, and that doesn't seem to stop.
And let
him.
me just remind you, Trump is in the Hall of Fame and he hasn't been taken out,
Great.
but yet Hogan has been blackballed.
Anyway, I want to end this.
One guy's the president, the other one.
Anyway, I want to end this segment.
Isn't?
I want to end this segment with a point that he made that I think is very, very valid, especially since Vince wants such control of the way media is released and all this other stuff, and even kind of controlling our reactions with his own podcasts and stuff like this. Why would you not want to get out in front of every one of these? If the fans are clamoring, hey, why did you get rid of so-and-so? Why don't you disclose why you got rid of them? Why don't you disclose why you suspended them? If you really want to make a difference, if you really want to show examples of these guys, what was that guy's name? Evan Bourne. Guess what? Evan Bourne was all the talent in the world, but he could not stay clean. He wanted to smoke weed all the time, and we couldn't keep him.
Jeff Hardy had a fucking weed farm.
Yeah, and he was trafficking. He was busted for that. That's why we can't bring him back. If they want to say that's the reason they're firing guys, or even just say like they did with Sandow and like they did with Rhodes. And so anyway, like they said with Rhodes and Sandow, those guys asked for their release. You know, instead of them saying they released, if they revealed later on that we all found out that those guys wanted out, why wouldn't they tell us that on the front end? Because then we would forgive them. It just makes sense.
I won't go more into this, but this is ultimately what I've said about the WWE consumer. Is for some reason the average consumer, the average customer, and that's what we are. We're customers. For some reason, though, we feel like we have a right to know what happens in the business professionally, and we don't.
No.
We're given a product. We can accept that product, but you don't go to McDonald's and Steve is handing you your burger every day, and then you go in one day and fucking Steve isn't there, and you don't get to demand to know.
That's
where
different.
The fuck
That's
Steve went.
different. If the Carolina Panthers
You
lose
demand to know.
Cam Newton tomorrow to another team because they want to sign him bigger money, they owe their fan base an explanation and say, we offered him what we offered him, and he turned us down to go elsewhere.
More importantly, most of these stories are mainstream stories without the assistance of the WWE.
And that's why they should get out
anyway.
And that's why they should get out in front of them.
But professional athletics are different than sports entertainment.
No.
This is a professional theater troupe.
You're ignoring the question, Bob. They could get out in front of it because we're going to find out this information anyway. They could control it and say why in the front end.
No.
And
PR
everybody
101.
everybody would not have been as mad about getting rid of Cody Rhodes if they realized right at the beginning that he asked for his release. Nobody would have blamed.
I disagree, Bob. A theater group, I disagree. These are, if you don't want to call it a sport, that's fine. There is every reason in the world why you should not.
No, I'm not going to argue.
Let me
that
get to my
point.
point.
But ultimately, this is a theater troupe.
I do not look. I'm just
Cirque du Soleil. The strongmen
we
are
got it.
World-class athletes.
We got
it's a theater troupe.
We got your argument. Let's hear Rob's.
All right, fuck it.
All right,
just go on.
All right, let's just move on. You got your email?
I do.
All right, read it.
I would have let Adam read this, and I'm going to butcher it, probably intentionally, but you know me, guys. When it comes to emails, I suck really bad at them.
Sorry, Hitman, he took over the printer.
So I have been reading a lot of books with my daughter, so maybe I'm getting better. I don't know. But I did. We got
on phonics worked for me.
And I'm going to go. I'll go real for a minute. You know, Hitman sent us an email, and he titled it "Final Thoughts 2016." And I read this email and I was touched. Not like was it Chris Hansen?
Were we touched?
Why don't you have a seat?
Show me on the doll.
So,
why do you have lemonade and condoms?
All right, here we go. Wow. All right, from Hitman. As I typed this to you guys, I wanted to take a chance to give you my final thoughts of 2016. Yes, by the time you're reading this, it will already be the new year. But since I've missed Smarkdown, I figured I'll just email it in. I know this email is going to break all the kayfabe I've built up this year, but honestly, I don't care. Midway through the year, I got a text from my father saying that he is in the hospital with my mother. Fourth time in as many months. I wasn't told about any of them because they didn't want to burden me with her problems, even though I totally disagree. And a lot of us understand that.
My parents have done that to me, unfortunately.
Yeah. While at the fourth hospital trip, they learned she had kidney failure, and it was too far along to honestly do anything about it. What happened next was many sleepless nights of me doing my best to be at my mother's side, which that's honorable. I was ready to fight death one-on-one and loser leaves in a loser leaves town match. Please tell me someone laughs or chuckles at this. It was fun. I always listen to the podcast. I always listen to podcasts to pass the hours upon hours while playing thousands of Sudoku puzzles and keeping a close watch over my mother and doing everything I could for her. I always wanted a podcast for wrestling fans, but not some former talent. You know, shooting, having sour grapes about the business, or those smaller casts who thrilled for WWE with the hopes of being picked up. Lo and behold, I stumbled across a little show called Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. From the second I heard the long-ass housekeeping and that first time Rob screamed, "Fuck you," to Adam, I was hooked. I binged the show like it was my own personal drug of choice. Never have a group of people shared the same views about wrestling as myself. The show isn't just about the shit WWE gives us to view on a weekly basis. It's about how you all interact, and it's like we, the audience, have been brought into a small, close-knit circle of friends who happen to like pro wrestling. I'll never forget, right after the brand split, that last Rossum before Adam read out my tweet, Smarkdown is the A show. Yes, I came up with that first. You're welcome for that. But I was so excited. I called my wife and kids to huddle around my phone, and I replayed it a half a dozen times or so with the most shit-eating grin on my face, like a child on Christmas. From that moment, I knew I was home. When it came to wrestling shows, podcasts, and honesty, I couldn't be happier. So this long-winded email was written to say thank you. Thank you for bringing us into your group and entertaining us. Thank you for giving your thoughts and views about wrestling. Thank you for infighting and always being able to take jokes from one another and the board. Thank you, board, for allowing me to join and feel welcomed. Thank you, Rob, Adam, Medine, Steve, Bob, Brian, Kiera. Hope that's how you spell it. If not, you fucked it up. It's okay. Thanks for all you do, guys, gals. You're fucking awesome. I feel Marked Out is going to do big things in 2017 and beyond. And honestly, guys and gals, I hope that I can be there every step of the way. Hashtag Team Marked Out. Hashtag Hitman Out. P.S. One final thought, and I'll shut up. I think we can all agree on one thing and one thing alone. Fuck Roman Reigns.
Hey, can I give my glorious award
and yet
to
it's the
Yorkie?
one thing we don't all agree on.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you say, Steve?
I'm going to give my glorious award to York now.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you for the email, A-lister. A-listers are, of course, Estrada and Yorkie. And I want to point out that Rob tried to go on Twitter and gain some ammo, maybe even some shots fired, by asking the Twitter universe, the people that follow us, who was the A show?
I did not.
You know,
Stevie
that poll
did it.
is buried somewhere in there. We'll have to go back and scroll through. If somebody has the time, they could do it.
I have the results.
Oh, you do already? Okay.
I have the results, and Smarkdown won handily
Oh.
62% to 38% for Rossum.
How
so
many votes?
The people have spoken. There were only 8 votes.
Yeah.
But my fans,
8 votes.
my fans spoke. Yours didn't. Is all I'm gonna say.
Well, you just
so
need to
thank
get-
you all for that voting.
Our fans are lazier.
I mean,
No,
look at the
they-
current trend too. I mean, SmackDown's doing better than Raw, so I mean, it only makes sense.
I mean, and you and I just are better than Steve and Rob.
Well, after Monday Night
Yeah.
Football, we'll see what happens.
All right, whatever you say, Stevie. Rob, you want to chime in on this, defend yourself, or just want to admit defeat?
You know what? Look, hey, the listeners are the listeners.
Yeah.
And you know I love you guys. You're my friends first and foremost. But I will say this, and I say it with a full ounce of confidence. I believe that the Rossum Show and the Rossum Crew, respectively, is the better brand. Now,
You're wrong.
If Micro Penis Bob disagrees with me, or
Micro
Shitman
Penis
or
Dad.
Shitman disagrees with me, Tiny Dick though, or if Shitman disagrees with me, or whoever the other A-lister was for you, Estrada, whatever. If he's giving out tickets and he disagrees with me, that's fine. I believe that overall our show has more personality.
That's
And-
right, man. The production value. Come on, we got better.
I just like that the host of Raw
Production value. You
came
guys
on to
fuck my
Smarkdown to beg
production.
people to like him.
I know. They're trying to it's like when Stephanie shows up on
No,
SmackDown.
I'm here because we gave the board to Brian and it was a fucking disaster.
Oh, come on. That was ages ago.
Ages.
All right.
Brian was doing
I didn't
just
even know
fine.
you guys. Come on.
And Brian oversold his skills. Come on.
Trollberg's on my side. He says Rossum.
All right.
And by the way, let me just say
I've
this.
worked the board for both Smarkdown and Rossum.
You have. And let me just say this to Trollberg and to you, Adam.
Okay.
What's it, Neapolitan, the ice cream?
Yeah.
I actually prefer the strawberry.
All right. Well, that's nobody else does.
That's because you're so bland that you only like the vanilla and the chocolate.
Actually, I only like the chocolate.
Oh,
I don't even know
fuck,
why
dude,
anyone
yeah.
orders.
Neapolitan with the strawberry, and if it's got a little bit of chocolate and vanilla mixed in with it, it's nice.
No.
Medine agrees with me if you can't hear him. He's saying so does he because he.
So do I.
All right. Have you finally digested your sandwich?
So, Hitman, I know you're in driving distance. I hope you come out to see me take a table. We're going to get ready to start planning that out, and we want to invite anybody that can drive to come to that live event. It will be our first, not just me going through tables.
So here's how it's going to work. So I got an EMT today. He's going to come make sure you don't die. He said
How
he's
did
going to
you manage that?
It's a regular one of my shows, weekly shows, and he was like, "Oh, I'll come. Fuck yeah, buy me a beer."
Thank you for thinking of my safety.
So he'll be drunk,
My
and
future
he'll make
daughter
sure you don't
helps.
die.
You might get some sutures in your head.
But yeah, so we're not going to do YouTube live for it. We're going to do Twitter live, Facebook live, and then later we'll post it to YouTube, so you can still see it live via those sources. But I don't really fucking feel like doing all the shit it's going to take.
A lot of work.
We'll have to set up a live remote. It's going to be really difficult. And don't forget also, Royal Rumble, our anniversary episode, we find out if one of us gets a tattoo. And I don't know, this might be breaking news for Rob. The board asked why the others were not joining in.
I listened. I heard that part.
And Kiera is now going to be part of it. So we're going to put the other...
What?
The other numbers.
We're going to put the other 26 numbers back in the hat for her to pick.
It's better than one tattoo she has on her right now. I'm not
Right,
going to
and that's what she said. She wanted to get some new tattoos.
Yeah, a cover-up.
Yeah,
Anyway.
cover up someone's name. I know what you're talking
What?
about. Anyway,
Roman Reigns.
I'll say it for you. And don't forget Thursday afternoon, since Brian says it's Tuesday and Rob says it's Thursday night. Thursday afternoon, they have a takedown show, Smart Mark Perspective, no vulgarity, even from Trollberg.
Yeah, so we're going to do our NXT takedown show on Thursday afternoon.
We are.
And we're going to do the highlight segment, our spotlight segment. We're going to talk a little bit about the storyline progression for NXT. It is a very Smart Mark perspective, but I do want to throw a bug in everybody's ear. This is new to some of you guys out there as well. Me, Brian, with the help of possibly an outside source, possibly future correspondent, we are going to start putting together sometime here in the near future a working title is The Other Guys. Well, we're going to do strictly indie, just straight fucking indie conversations.
I love it.
We have a couple people already lined up that we can work on interviews with. Just for all you indie nerds out there, we're going to actually put together, and this could be literally a 20-minute show on YouTube. Nothing too long, but something about the indies, just kind of
like Spotlight Guys.
Sounds great.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of talk about
Brian telling us how great the Young Bucks are.
Oh, shut
Hey,
your
you know what,
mouth.
Bob? I'm not a fucking fortune teller, so that might actually
Yeah,
happen.
fucking Brian. You shut up,
That's
Rob.
right.
Candice LeRae is amazing.
All right.
So I guess that's it. All our plugs, all our teases. Going into final thoughts. Board, get ready for your final thoughts.
Final thoughts, Board.
Bob, we'll let you start it off. What's your final thought?
I go into 2017 with one thought in my heart. Fuck Honky Tonk Man.
Wow. What
And Demolition, right?
Because he's Lawler's cousin? What? I mean, the Memphis hate? I don't
They
know.
made
he was garbage in the ring.
Have they made some announcements on a Hall of Fame I don't know about?
No, it's just we're all speculating. And we've been talking about it. You guys been arguing about it all night. Brian, your final thought.
I really like SmackDown tonight. I really enjoy the fact that, like we said, Miz is going to be now. It seems like he's going to be moving on.
We hope. It's not confirmed.
Speculating, correct, right. And the fact, I mean, it's obviously, I mean, this is kind of big news that we're going to see Dolph Ziggler kind of going in a different character direction than we've seen for a while. I mean, I'll admit he's kind of been stale a little bit.
His ring work hasn't, though.
No, ring work, he's one of the top. I mean, he's right up there. But I mean, the fact that he kind of always just hits that, upper mid-card level, lower main event and just kind of flounders. Now we see him kind of have a little bit of an edge. And
You think he moved his ceiling?
As a heel, perhaps. We don't know what to expect.
Well, last time I think he was heel was probably like Vicky Guerrero.
With Vicky,
or
yeah.
yeah.
And he was in the main event at that point.
Yeah. Medine.
He was with AJ Lee.
Oh, that was
Back when
last
he had,
time. And Big E.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
All right.
Big E, yeah.
What do you got, Medine? Your final thought.
As WrestleMania dawns upon us, we get the considerations for Hall of Fame as we spoke about earlier. What's wrong with the fucking mic now?
You just never remember how to do it.
You talk into the
You gotta
wrong- it's
talk
the work.
over the
It's the
top
work.
of it.
What the? Where am I? Am
Right
I not
there.
over the top?
Now
of it
you
right
are.
now?
Now you are.
Yes, now you're perfect.
See where I am? My chin
Like
is on the
you
mic.
had it like this.
Your chin is like all over the table.
Yeah. I love my chin.
What the fuck?
Jew jeans, baby.
He's like the guy from Mask.
What do you got?
All right. About this whole, let's get to the
Take two.
Let's get to the nitty gritty about this Hall of Fame thing. Can we build a Hall of Fame?
They're building. Wait, they're
No,
already.
no. Like, can we get it done? Because this Hall of Fame has been out for how long?
No, they
over a decade.
We're getting one in Orlando.
We're
this
actually
year.
going to it.
Great, yeah. 11 years later. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, nobody would want to go in and
long
see
time to
one
build.
class or
No,
two
It's like
classes.
walking up to your wife on your wedding day going,
No,
"Can we
but-
get married already? What the fuck?"
It was a wall of fame, and then
But they put in enough people with each class. They put in like 8 to 10 people with each class, it seems like.
Right,
So
and now they
it's
can
not
build.
like they haven't had enough people in there. Pretty soon they're going to run out of people.
Right.
But let's get it built already.
Not with the the guidelines that they're putting people in with. They're not going to run out of people.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
No doubt.
I'm just curious if it's going to be a strip.
Gobbledygook
If it's
for
going to be a
make it.
building or a strip mall.
I'm just curious.
It's Orlando,
like,
I'm serious.
yeah, it should be a tourist attraction, is what it's ended up going to be.
Yeah.
And so I'm not opposed to them waiting as long as they did to make a tourist attraction.
make it tasteful at least.
Yeah, Stevie, your final thought.
I'm going to bring up the fact that our WrestlingAwards.com pitch is over. Apparently, I found out it ended on Monday. So, all the people that voted for us for Best New Show on the Wrestling Radio Awards, thank you. I don't know what it's going to mean, if they even acknowledge us. It's kind of a...
We don't know the
really
results.
don't know what kind of...
Did they say when the results will be out?
Operation Note. This is on... They only have this a Facebook page and try to join the group, but I can't...
We don't even know the.
I can't even communicate with them.
We don't even know the stature of this.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were asking people to help out. So anyway, if we show up there, it'd be great because I think we kind of deserve it.
I fucking really do agree.
Help us win.
Yeah, well, no,
It's too late
It's
now.
too late now, but
We'll find out.
cheerleader
Next
Medina.
year.
Well,
Somebody's
no,
gonna
we
win.
can
Build
find
the Hall of Fame.
No, we can find out there. I'm
Build
sure
a
they're
Hall of
just
Fame. Put us in it.
For 2016, we should have that.
If you
Come
build it, they will come. How did I just-
CUM, come. JD,
All right.
there you go.
You and the board, Rob. Final thoughts.
My final thought, and I'm going to appeal to the better part of what is usually horrible fucking people for a second, and I'm sure that if you do get to this part of the podcast, you probably whatever. So trolls out there. I'm an emotional person, right? I am. I wear my heart on my fucking sleeve, and I don't apologize for that. And you know, when I'm passionate about something, when I love what I do, I'm even more emotional. And I just don't understand. I got into it with a troll on one of our shows who he came in and all he said was, "This is fucking boring. You guys suck." I just want to say to trolls, if you don't like...
They're calling now,
All right,
too.
hold on, Noah.
Hold on 1 second,
Hold on,
Noah.
Noah. Hold on. If you don't like a show, what in the ever-loving fuck? All right, if you don't like a
Production level.
show on YouTube,
Way better than Brian.
Is somebody fucking calling us?
It's way better than Brian's attempt at the board.
Mr. Popular over here.
Bob, are you still there?
I'd love to see you back there.
Yeah.
All right.
I did. What was funny was I was
be
just
better
about
than
to
all
open my mouth and say something, and I got hung up on. I was like, I don't remember this.
All right. If you don't like a show on YouTube or whatever, just fucking move on. This fucking shit where you got to go and try to bash somebody, it's just, you know what? It's fucking childish. And if you little,
It's somebody with nothing better to do.
you know what it is? It's some fucking 500-pound little piece of shit sitting there with his hot pockets in his mom's fucking basement. Fucking just
Meatloaf.
like, I want to get people to fucking argue with me. Oh. You know what? Fucking shut the fuck up. If you don't like it, move the fuck on. But the fact is, if you don't like what we do, then don't listen. Don't listen. Go listen to your fucking boy who's all like, yeah, I fucking get paid to do this shit.
But Rob,
what?
you just gave them exactly what they want.
I know.
That's why I literally
you know what?
don't give a fuck
I know.
what the board
No,
says.
I'm not talking about the board. I'm talking about the people that come in and
we
comment.
love your board. Come on.
Even Kiara was like, just don't feed the trolls, baby. And I'm like, I'm emotional. When they say something that fucking just irritates me because it's so
But
profoundly
you're giving them
horrible.
what they want.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's the point.
I'm trying to be the bigger man and
Some
say,
guy's got a boner right now
Hello,
listening to this because of your rant.
hello, world.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Rob is just
wait.
feeding
Just
it.
listen. Hello, world. Be better people. That's all I'm saying. Be better
They're not gonna.
fucking people. I know they're not.
The world is never going to be better, Rob.
Shit fucking house. Go ahead. Oh, the board. All right.
What's
Yeah,
the
what do they
board's
have to
final
say?
thoughts?
All right.
Remember our board of trolls?
Sorry. All right, here we go.
The board of trolls. Can we please start calling it that? The board of trolls.
Final thought from Hitman. I meant what I said in the email. I will do my best to come and see Adam take the table bump. It's sad, though. Even though Adam beat him clean, he still has to take the job to Rob. It wasn't about... Okay.
You know, sometimes you got to put people over, Hitman, and that's what I'm doing.
Wow.
Good answer.
Final thought for Berto. Bob's the type of guy to have sex with his sister. Oh, okay. I will edit that out later. John Estrada, Daniel Bryan.
No, Bob
Remember-
is the type that will try to beat most people that went
Minute
near his
52.
sister.
John
That was-
Estrada with a very thoughtful final thought here. Daniel Bryan should never be in the Hall of Fame, and I agree with that.
No,
That's
you are wrong.
That's profoundly dumb.
Again, I'm still going to use these measuring sticks of like the Godfather being in
It's
there.
not the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. It's the WWE Hall of Fame.
But then they shouldn't have let other guys in that had other.
I mean, DDP doesn't deserve to be in
I
the
don't think
WWE Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
I don't think Daniel Bryan had the body of work.
If he stays SmackDown manager for a while, he
I don't
might.
think he did either, but you die, they put you in.
I think DDP has a lot more to show for his going in than Daniel Bryan does.
I agree, but I'm just
He had a
saying
balls- he had one of the greatest finishers of all time, but
Diamond Cutter.
Well, and just for the record, if you put Daniel Bryan in because he got injured wrestling for the WWE and that's how his career got cut short, then again, there's your argument for Owen Hart.
Yeah. Final thought from
No,
Tom.
I think he just belongs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Final thought from Thomas. He says, "A great show. I think I found my new post-show entertainment. Thanks, guys." No. Thomas.
Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, bud. No, we appreciate it. What the fuck? What are you two
but
doing?
Thomas stuck around on the board. That's long.
You guys are. This is just a microcosm of our show. You guys are very grateful and say thank you, whereas Adam says you're welcome.
You're welcome.
yeah,
right.
Exactly. I say you're welcome.
Good point, Brian.
Oh my God,
My
Noah.
response is always go fuck yourself.
Noah, what do you want, Noah?
Okay, so Rob, I'm sorry. So you literally just said that this isn't a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, yet you want DDP in there. What did DDP do with WWE?
I
Besides
never
that awful soccer.
We just
scandal?
hey, we just said that while you were calling in.
Number one, Noah.
Oh, wow.
Wait. Number one, I never said the words "I want DDP in the Hall of Fame." I never said those words. I said
deserving.
I said that there is a claim that he could make to be in it. Number one, but number two, WCW was purchased by WWE. Therefore,
It's
all
part.
those who are WCW can't
Automatically.
they do have a bid to WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Sadly, I'm 100% with no on this one.
Oh well.
Wow.
Noah,
No,
did you hear
I
that?
don't like agreeing with anybody from the board.
Just for that, I was going to literally call in and shit on you, but no, I'm going to save that for next week.
Oh.
Hey, Noah, real quick, because I'm Jewish, instead of sending you markers, you're in school, just steal some. Thanks, buddy.
All right, fuck you, Trollberg. You suck dick.
There it is.
All right. Final thoughts on the board. Let's see here. Noah says, why did we just talk to him? Fuck him. All right. Final thought. Trollberg says Noah still lacks creativity. What the fuck? Okay.
I think you just rile him up just like Rob gets riled up by trolls.
I do.
And he starts ranting because he always calls in and I know he has a thought prepared, but he gets so excited.
Wait, John Estrada, second final thought. Stop calling in, Noah. You're the James Ellsworth of the talk on the phone.
Yes, John with the win.
Damn.
You know what?
What?
Point.
Yeah.
Point.
Trauma.
Coin.
Shut up. Trauma Cassidy and final thought. You are describing Bob. I don't know what you're talking about. Is the new segment called Rhodey's Hurt Feelings, says Troberg. Fuck you, Troberg. Let's see. You're just mad because I talked about your people.
Rhodey didn't have lube.
Mom, can I borrow the computer so I can make people hate me online? Upload says, final thought. After listening to Talking Smack, Ellsworth is definitely in the friend zone with Carmella.
Probably, yeah.
And
that's okay.
Yeah,
everybody has to learn somehow.
And let's see here. That's pretty much it. Trollberg's just going off about how small his penis is. So that's pretty much it. All right.
I don't remember. Somebody kind of stole a little bit of my thunder a second ago about the final thought with the you're welcome. But my final thought was going to be you're welcome, and it was to the statement of we are over 10,000 downloads, people. That is a huge benchmark for us. And whoever...
It's a collective you're welcome then at that point.
Okay. In any event, I want to say you're welcome. I'm glad you found us.
Wow.
Glad you check us out. I'm glad you make us rise.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
What he meant.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's what I said. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Wow.
It's better than Bob, who just said, go fuck yourself.
You're such an... Yeah, but at least he's just talking... Bob is a douche. So I'm saying, you are one of the main hosts of this show. You should be a little bit more grateful for the love that you have received with the lack of talent that you have.
Oh, wow. My lack of talent.
Human stoop.
My talent was born and bred.
What'd you say, Bob?
I said I spent weeks wallowing in the human soup with those people. Fuck them.
Fuck them. No, I love our board.
Trollberg says, I have a bigger fan base than you, Rob. You know what? You actually don't know what I do for a living, and I would put my fan base against you any fucking day of the
Trollberg, hint, he's
Rob
a stripper.
Is the premier star of bestiality porn. You don't know how many fucking people love him.
Dude, I can fuck a jackrabbit.
I will defend Rob for a second. Rob has actually won local awards for how many fans and popularity he has, so... Eat a dick, whoever just said that.
Nobody fucks a donkey in Charlotte like him.
This is not Clerks Part 2,
I can put a roll of quarters up there and drop out exact change, baby.
And for all those who say that I stumble over their final thought, you guys just railroaded mine.
Hello.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And with that said, come back next week, same Smark time, same Smark channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Smarkdown Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.